Find your trusted, local, affordable partner here at Ridgetop Exteriors.
If you're a motorist of the four-wheel variety, please watch out for those of us in Wisconsin who do their traveling on two wheels. Adjust your mirrors to reduce your blind spots. Allow motorcyclists a full lane width. Use your turn signal when merging or changing lanes. And allow more following distance between you and the motorcycle. Motorists and motorcyclists can work together to achieve zero preventable deaths on Wisconsin roads. Zero in Wisconsin. Together we can save lives. Learn more at zeroinwisconsin.gov. Wisconsin DOT.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls here from ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Bruston Nortman, and I gotta tell you about my favorite way to watch games, and that is with the Underdog Fantasy Sports app, a pick'em fantasy game where you win real money. It's easy to find in your app store and even easier to use. Here's how it works. Pick between 2 to 5 players from at least 2 different teams, then select higher or lower on those player stats, and if your picks hit, you can win up to 100 times your money. Yeah, it is that easy, especially with the hoop season in high gear. You know I'm watching every game with the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. So right now, go to their easy-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com to sign up using promo code KBN, and Underdog will give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pick'em entry and a deposit offer. That's Underdog Fantasy and promo code KBN to claim your new customer special of a mystery player pick and your deposit offer. Must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Wisconsin enjoys a rich history in broadcasting, which we celebrate at the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Hall of Fame. We honor those who have devoted their careers to serving their local communities as legendary broadcasters. The Wisconsin Broadcasters Hall of Fame, inside the Hilton Milwaukee City Center.
You're listening to Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Joining us now on Kyle Bruston Nortman before they take over in Madison from 4 to 6 is Rutledge and Hamilton.
Hey, man. Don't get used to it, boys. Hamilton's out next week.
I was going to say, I'm watching you guys on the screen that I have, and that was a, well, crap, we're on. Put the headset on. Let's go.
I was sending the work email, reaching out to our buddy Sean, trying to get a golf time set up. But
cool.
Then Matt Hamilton decided to jump in. I don't know what Matt's doing.
Just hanging out, baby.
You doing research on our guest today?
Yeah.
Who's your guest?
Ian Karmel, co-writer of James Corbin's show, has written a few Oscars, is in town, comedian. We're excited to have him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Writer.
Yep.
What'd you think of the roast?
I like the roast. I like roast. I'm not like Jesse Nelson. I'm not afraid to have someone push some buttons. I thought it was really funny.
Yeah, it's interesting that Jesse Nelson, producer of Wilde and Tausch, is anti-roast, considering that is literally his persona on the air, is just to get roasted 24/7 because he's bad at what he does.
Have we asked him if he's okay with that?
Yeah, that's Matt Hamilton's theory on it.
I just figured every day of his life, including high school and growing up, he just got roasted constantly. So I think for someone to get a special day out of it, maybe he's just like, I was special 365 days a year.
Let's take a vote. If you believe that Jesse Nelson was 1 point stuffed in a locker, raise your hand.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, hand raised.
Everyone except Kyle Wallace has raised their hand.
I refuse to do this. I am not going to participate in bullying, okay? I'm not going to participate.
We're just asking a question.
We're not bullying.
I stand with Jesse Nelson, for one. I stand with the hall monitor, Jesse Nelson.
That's because you're a Karen.
Here, I would have stuffed him in one by now.
You do agree that Jesse Nelson is basically Bobby Hill come to life, right?
That is true.
Yeah,
that is factual.
Right.
That is not making fun of anybody. That's just making an observation.
Okay.
That's an observation.
Oh, so that's
observation.
That's on limits. Yes.
Kyle.
Thank you, Stroh.
It's factual.
Goodness gracious. Jim and Matt, that is their Twitter name. Also very confusing.
Also our first
Rutledge
names.
and Hamilton, Jim and Matt. I know, but it's weird.
Blame your producer.
Rutledge and Hamilton was too
All right.
Blame your producer. He's the one that created it.
Alex Strofe, is this true?
What's the question?
Ah, jeez.
There's too many characters for Twitter to
side
handle.
note, Alex
You
Strofe,
can go. You can cuddle your girlfriend later.
As the producer of the show, I would just like to correct Jim. The name of the actor and comedian he was referring to is James Corden.
Yes,
not Corbin.
Oh, you have James Corden coming on today?
But then I'm going to correct him. Ian Karmel is the person coming on. He wrote for co-head writer for James Corden. And he
Ryan
also wrote the
McGuanago.
17 and 18 Grammys. And he has a book coming out, and he's performing at Comedy Club on State.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's what's up.
He's won an Emmy. Not a WBA, but he has won an Emmy.
Oh, yes. Thanks for reminding us. Welcome to the best show in the state of Wisconsin, Kyle Bruston Norman. I forgot to tell Tausch.
It's an honor.
Congratulations, guys. Matt Hamilton's gold medal's got nothing on you.
Yeah, that's in a whole different role.
That was over a decade ago at this point, wasn't it?
I mean, we're getting closer.
It's like
It's closer to a decade than it was like 3 years ago, so we're getting
He's
there.
no longer second place Brad. You're listening to the WBA Large Market Radio Show of the Year. Kyle Bruston Nortman on 94.5 ESPN.
That's
and
us.
streaming at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
I really wish I wish Alex would have called me to voice that for you guys. I'd have done such a good job.
But like, real question.
You're not around.
How long have you guys been on the air?
Long enough to win that award.
Yes. Yeah. It took us what, 3 months to get the award?
How long have you been on the air? How many you got?
Well, no, my big curious question is Stroke.
Boom roasted.
It is.
Loves walking
I keep
around
myself
like
up at night with this.
I love that Strope walks around like he won this thing where he jumped on your coattails at like the 11th hour.
You're a good producer.
And exactly.
You're a good producer.
Here's the thing. When you have to hotkey your host saying you're a good producer, you can't be that good. You're just trying to hear it.
Power.
I'm sorry that
Spicy.
Vince Peter.
Hey, do you have a voice, or are you just Bumblebee from Transformers?
Vince Peter.
What is that? So, guys, also Alex Strofe, if you want to talk about things that have come to life, he's basically the wacky inflatable balloon guy as a person. Right? I mean, he has the same.
That is true.
He is a string bean. Yes,
But
that is
also
a really good one.
personality-wise too. If that thing came to life, it would be Alex Strofe's personality.
Oh my gosh, you're
along
right.
with physical build.
Him at a concert, just swirling his arms all over the place and knocking people.
Wacky waving inflatable tube man.
Yeah, exactly. That was wacky, waveable, inflatable tube producer.
I'm now seeing like Family Guy in my head, and now I see it coming to life in the Vince Stroke. My goodness, that was spot on.
Also, Ryan from McGuanago is making an observation about Jesse Nelson. Maybe this is too mean.
Welcome into the roast of Jesse Nelson.
Did Jesse even ever fit in a locker?
Oh, wow.
Too mean.
It's a roast!
Too mean.
It's a roast! Oh, this is why we can't do
Can't put
roasts.
that kid back in the locker.
Yeah, goodness.
Is Jesse that husky?
Oh, man.
Why you double down?
I'm asking a question.
Why you double down?
curious.
Strofe, give us the final answer to that.
No comment.
Oh, wow, okay.
Happy Friday. Enjoy your show, boys. Way to go, Ryan
We're all suspended
McGuanago.
for Monday, so we all get an extended weekend now.
Congrats
so
on the
that's great.
WBA, boys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you. It's an honor.
Congrats on not being nominated.
Congrats on coming on the WBA award-winning show.
Yeah.
We'll be back in 2
Honor
minutes on
ours.
94.5 ESPN. Those guys are up on 100.5 ESPN Madison. Love you, Jesse.
Give them all your money. Radio plays what they want you to hear. Tell me it's cool. I just don't believe it. Sell out.
Woo! Hey, this is Ben Brust from Kyle Bruston Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. People can't stop screaming about the Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza, and no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and find out for yourself why Sport called Screamin' Sicilian's Holy Pepperoni frozen pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian. Taste what all the screamin' is about.
Hey, this is Craig Karmas, and join Kyle Wallace and me every Sunday morning for Sunday Karma on a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by ESPN Madison's content teammates receiving undergraduate degrees in the class of 2024. Congrats to Riley Yauk, Devin Robinson, and Colin Russo, along with all students in Madison and around the state graduating this weekend. Also, congratulations to the Milwaukee Brewers as they took their first of a 4-game homestand against their division rival, the St. Louis Cardinals, last night. Brewers' bats were alive for them as they went 7-1. 3 home runs for the Brew Crew between Reese Hoskins, Jake Bowers, and Joey Ortiz. Catcher William Contreras and outfielder Christian Yelich also both went 3 of 4 at the plate in the outing. Brewers currently at the top of the NL Central ranks, half a game ahead of their other rival, the Chicago Cubs, in the division. Brewers' second game of their 4-game homestand against the Cardinals is tonight. First pitch slated for 7:10 p.m. from AmFam Field. Meanwhile, Badgers softball also getting the weekend off to a hot start as they became the second team ever to reach the Big Ten tournament semifinals as a double-digit seed. Number 11 Wisconsin knocked off number 3 Rutgers last night, and they'll take on number 2 Michigan tonight. Game set to start at 6:30.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
You got the chill. Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton.
People like me.
That's some booty, Jim.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
Everyone is so mean to me.
I am Jim Rutledge.
You never go full Rutledge.
I'm just not ready to crown his ass.
I'm ready to crown him.
You're premature.
Premature coronation.
Yeah, that's not a compliment.
There is not a lot of things more satisfying than...
I'm sick of hearing the Bear fan take on this.
This is why I'm the most loved guy on the show. Because absence makes the heart grow fonder, and Jim's a Bears fan.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio. With Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Man, this is a hell of a headline as I open up Twitter. Jimmy Johnson confirms he's still alive after death of Hall of Famer with same name. What? Matt, that might happen to you someday. Matt Hamilton is not the most unique name, but it's a famous name.
Yeah, well, not really.
But you're famous.
Semi-famous.
True, but semi-famous is better than not famous at all.
I know, but like... I guess I do know of one other Matt Hamilton in the Madison area.
Well, it doesn't have to be in the Madison area. Isn't there a famous Matt Hamilton that Jason Wilde confuses with Matt Hamilton, our Matt Hamilton?
You got to tell me, Jim.
I don't know.
I know there's another
The only
famous...
one I've ever seen is like a race car driver.
Is that Danny Hamlin? Not Matt Hamilton?
No. I mean,
sure?
yes. That is also a real person, but if you Google Matt Hamilton, the first thing that comes up is a race car driver.
Jim, you find anything for us?
844-770-3776. Is Matt Hamilton alive? That's the question today. No. Matt Hamilton, on-air producer, I think this is the one he's thinking about. He's been on Good Morning Football. Is a sporting person. He's got 8,000 followers, so you're more famous than him.
Yes.
But he's a Matt Hamilton in sports.
Take that for data.
And he's verified, which probably makes him maybe not my favorite person. But this is Rutledge and Hamilton.
Cool.
Presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
We are live from the Everlight Solar Studio. We have a fun show today. It is Fish Friday, so we'll have fish music playing all day. It is also a day where we're going to have Ian Karmel in studio. And he is in town. He's at the Comedy Club on State. You can get tickets for that. He's got a book coming out, T-Shirt Swim Club, available for pre-order. He's a huge Blazers fan, so we're going to get some insight on Dame. He's been a part of Trailblazers postgame sporadically. So I would like to pick his brain on that, the Tom Brady roast. He's also written for the 17 and 18 Grammys and was the co-head writer on The Late Late Show with James Corden. So I believe he won an Emmy for some of the work on that show.
Nice. I'm pumped.
Very accomplished.
Plus, he's going to be at the Comedy Club on State.
That's what I led with. I said that right away. Yes.
Oh, gotcha,
yeah. So you can get tickets for that as well. So he'll be joining us around 4:15. Good job, Ryan. Prime time. Got it done.
Hey, look at me, guys.
I'll tell you what. He's done more than Alex Strofe ever did for the show as far as booking anyone. Because, Matt, you got all the big name people before.
Yeah. Basically, Strofe would call him up, and then he'd be like, I got him. What, you got him on the line? That doesn't count as getting the guest.
Irrelevant.
Yeah, honestly. We got Devin Robinson this week. We got Dave Kaplan. We got Ian Karmel. I mean, that's like basically what Strofe gave you guys in the course of an entire 2 years.
Basically.
Pretty close.
Yeah. I think that's about right. And also, he screwed up recording some of our best interviews. Remember, we didn't even have the best stuff from our guy from The Office.
Andy Buckley.
Andy Buckley.
David Wallace.
The Adam Madison chimed in. I lied to Strofe on Wednesday. He seemed a tad salty. Please go on.
Yeah.
844.
Elaborate.
Ooh. Yeah, 844-770-3776. How you get into the show. And before we get to Ian, we're going to get started with a little Packer stuff, and we'll circle back to it. But I'm going to give you my working theory about why we're going to ask this question, and we can ask it as we go to break, and then we'll revisit the poll later. But there is real data behind life's going to get a lot harder for the Green Bay Packers to win a Super Bowl the second they have to pay Jordan Love. That essentially Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes are the only quarterbacks. There's one other guy in Stafford since Aaron Rodgers won in 2010 in an uncapped year that has taken up basically more than 10% of their salary cap and won a Super Bowl. So you could say, like, oh, it can be done, but that means you have to be one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time to pull this off. Otherwise, ideally, your quarterback is not taking up that much of the salary cap. It allows you to build a better overall team. It's nothing against the quarterback. It's more of it's so much harder to have a great team if your quarterback's taking up so much of that money. And setting aside the past, we can't move backwards. But the Packers have this season right now as a season where Jordan Love is not taking up the amount of cap space that does make it difficult to win a Super Bowl or even get to the Super Bowl. I believe it's 9 out of the last 11 Super Bowls featured a quarterback on a rookie scale deal or along those lines. Depending on what Nick Foles was the backup, Carson Wentz was the starter. He was on a rookie scale deal. So, like, however you want to break it down, and then Aaron Rodgers uncapped year. Is this the year, Matt? And we could talk about other years, but is this the best year for the Packers to go win a Super Bowl? Is their Super Bowl window with this group the largest at this exact moment?
Interesting.
844-770-3776. It's not Super Bowl or bust but think about the Packers with Aaron Rodgers. They won it on the early side of things, and it was so hard for them to get back, let alone win it. And because everyone's salary all these good players get paid, everything gets more difficult. And I'm wondering, much like Rodgers, it might be easier to try to win this on the early side of it because the league is set up to make it really hard to win it as you get older and players get paid more.
Yeah, what I think is like more interesting is if you fancy yourself like a great quarterback, like someone who's going to get endorsements and make a bunch of money, like, don't get me wrong, guys should get paid. But if your pure goal is Super Bowls and legacy, I'm surprised we don't see more quarterbacks willing to take a lower deal, especially ones that are like fringe great, knowing that they're like, if I am underpaid, we can get a lot more skill positions around me and make my life way easier. And in the end, if you're successful, it probably is going to translate to dollars. Now, you can't put, there's no guaranteed money like there is on a contract or anything like that, and there's no guarantee your team does well, right? There's still some luck involved, even if you are taking less. But I just feel like if one team did it and the dominoes started falling because they were successful year in and year out because they had a semi-great quarterback that was willing to take $25 million a year and keep it to that 10% of the salary cap and fill out the rest of the team, do you think more teams would follow, or you'd find like who's the selfish quarterback that just wants the big contract and the biggest number, and who's the guys that want to win and take less? I find it very interesting because there's a good example in Tom Brady who never had the max contract. He was paid fairly, but I think he probably was underpaid.
Yeah, he was the outlier in that. He still was paid fairly, and that's the thing. It's not going to be a dramatic discount because
But I'm saying if one guy goes extreme,
they won't let him. That's the part you're forgetting. There is a players' union. They are not going because that will screw up everyone else's contracts. They will come in and they will not let that happen.
Hey, I know he wants $25 million, but you need to pay him $45 million.
No, the players are going to tell the players' union is going to tell that player and put pressure on them, like, hey, you are screwing over every one of your members of your union here if you take that, because it lowers the overall value for every other position. Because look, you're acting like teams and owners are not.
It might raise the value of other positions.
It won't though. You're acting like owners and the NFL are not the greediest people on the face of the earth.
Right.
The players are not going to devalue themselves. Now, could a player take what you're talking about? Tom Brady.
Right.
He probably got paid 10% less.
Right, but I'm saying, what if someone took it to the extreme?
They won't do it won't happen. The league
can't
happen. There's no way the players' union should or would let that happen.
Right.
Because it would just destroy. The NFL would use that as an immediate. Every team in the league would be like, well, the quarterback gets paid $25 million, so then you can't get paid $30 million. You're $30 million because there's also a locker room here. The quarterback. I mean, I understand it, but there's our human beings. But the league would not let the quarterback drop the salaries like that.
I feel like if the quarterbacks got together, they could have the power to do that.
But why would they? Why would they go out of their way to cut their own livelihood down dramatically?
Well, if everyone did it, you wouldn't have the advantage that I'm talking about, right? But if two quarterbacks did it, those two teams would have the advantage of getting more players to put around them or paying the big guys you want to keep. But they have to have that sort of
trust. I don't even think Aaron Rodgers trusted the Packers, rightfully so.
Oh, no, I get it. It's kind of like one of those, like,
I think it's more likely that the
crazy shower thought scenarios, right?
I think a better shower thought would be, not that I want to join you in the shower with the thoughts, but like the better, as I wash your hair, Matt, I think the better shower thought would be having the quarterback's salary not count against the cap and have it be a separate entity. And that there's more of like there's a different salary cap for the quarterback position.
What if there's caps for all positions? That way running backs could get paid and
well, I think if you took
on an equal scale.
If you took the quarterback out of it, I think that would allow other positions to get paid more.
Well, potentially. I mean, it'd still be an overall cap. I get it, but I think it would be pretty interesting.
The Fish Friday vibes are very high right now, guys. I mean, you're throwing out some crazy ideas.
Yeah. What's your Fish Friday?
We're presidents of sports.
All right, trying to be. New topic here, and I did see that Ian has stepped into the office here, and we'll get to him in a minute. But new topic, in honor of Fish Friday, give us your Fish Friday fried ideas of like, hey, man, how can we fix this quarterback scenario that the Packers are going to be stepping into? Will the quarterbacks take up too much of the cap, man? How can we fix it? What do we do? Do we have them all go in like a commune and take less money and just do it for the good of the team? Do we separate them out, man, and have them do their own thing?
I think each position group should have a cap.
Just give them all the same recording to listen to. They'll be healthy forever. They'll never get injured. They'll be at their maximum.
I actually already sent that mixtape to Dame and Middleton and Giannis. Yeah, it was like feel better,
Achilles.
guys. And and I sent them that. Anthonassis, actually, I sent one to him too.
Oh, how nice! The Core Four.
You just sent out dolphin sex mixtapes.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim, you didn't have to say that part.
I already had them burned, so they're already in the CD sleeve that's on the sun visor in my car.
That's your pump-up music on the way in?
Yeah,
I like that. Did you make it?
Let's go.
Did you record it yourself?
Yeah, when I was in Florida last year.
Yeah.
Just took my underwater microphone.
Some Coors Light, got in the water, put the mic in, and just laid back and listened.
I had another phone playing Barry Manilow, and
you were the
just let nature take its course.
And you were the healthiest you've ever been.
Still am, thanks to those dolphin noises.
That's
at Carbon World Health.
There we go. His Achilles are like steel cords. They're just like irrupturable.
Look, you can follow the Matt Hamilton method of dolphin fornication CDs, handmade, or you can go to Carbon World Health. They have helped me reach and maintain my fitness goals, as they can do the same for you. All you have to do is sign up for the 6-week experience, and you'll start to see the difference that Carbon can make. You'll get personalized training, and you'll meet with Dr. Nestor Rodriguez to see if semaglutide or hormone optimization could help enhance your healthy lifestyle goals. Semaglutide is a game-changing FDA-approved weight loss treatment that you've heard about. Hormone optimization can help you regain the focus, fitness, and fun you had in your 20s. This is Rutledge and Hamilton in Karmel, coming up next.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and two-time 2024 National Curling Champion Matt Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN and Wisconsin On Demand.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
Hey, it's Alex Strofe. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on Twitter for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview of the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a must-play every golf season. Wild Rock Golf features championship golf in the heart of Wisconsin. Wild Rock, a Herdston Fry masterpiece that's cut from the natural beauty of the Wisconsin Dells and offers stunning views from elevated tee boxes. Wild Rock presents spectacular greens that roll fast and true. Wild Rock Golf in the Wisconsin Dells, a unique gem that offers a challenge to avid golfers of all abilities. Book your tee time today for this must-play at wildrockgolf.com, wildrockgolf.com.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 20 or more select self-leveling underlayment. Plus, save an extra 5% every day on eligible purchases when you use your Lowe's Business Credit Card. Visit us for the materials you need. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. 5% offer subject to credit approval. Exclusions and terms apply. See store lowes.com/credit for details.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Protect your dream home with American Family Insurance. And you can weather any storm. You'll also save up to 25% by bundling home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote. Find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Discounts may not apply to all coverages on an auto or home policy. Discounts do not apply to life insurance policies. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
With Mother's Day just around the corner, show that special woman in your life just how much she means to you. Head over to Gail Ambrosia's Chocolatier store on Atwood and treat her to delightfully delicious chocolates crafted to perfection right here in Madison. Once you taste that difference that locally owned and made chocolates provides, you'll never go back to buying a mass-produced box of chocolate ever again. Make this Mother's Day one to remember with a box of chocolates from Gail Ambrosia's Chocolatier on Atwood.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Carbon World Health.
Fish Friday continues on Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. If the mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
And we are live from the Everlight Solar Studio, and we're having a great time at Fish Friday, obviously. We like to have a good time here on Rutledge and Hamilton, and we are thrilled to be joined by Ian Karmel, who is in town at the Comedy Club on State for 5 shows, Ian. First, tell us about that. Thank you for coming into the studio.
Well, hold on. I just want to tell you, I'm only partially thrilled that you're here because now I am not the funniest guy in the room, where normally I am.
I mean, we'll see.
Really?
We'll see about that. We don't know for sure yet.
Just ask me. I'll tell you.
He's the humblest. I'll tell you that. I thought you were going to go facial hair. Because that's really where Ian is on your block.
Yeah, but that's like a soft spot that actually is hurting.
Right,
that's like an open wound that you're salting right now.
Like Matt Hamilton was part of Team Schuster with curling. They are like the dad bod team. They just seemed to, like, everyone joked that they just showed up and started curling. You had the great mustache, and you guys were comparing mustache notes in the break.
Yeah.
I like to think that the mustache community is a very egalitarian, welcoming community. Like, when I see another dude with a mustache, I'm not, like, in competition with him. I'm like, that's my brother.
It's like, that's a nice mustache.
That's a nice mustache.
That guy eats the cleanest cookies. All of them perfectly dusted.
This is perfect there, yes.
Yeah, man. But we have been in the mustache Reddit waiting for your comeback.
Yeah, well,
it's a hot topic.
The summer season's not good for me.
Well, and
I'm a winter mustache man.
There's also, it's not the most favorite thing at home, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of the battle here.
Yeah, and my wife is not a fan. Unfortunately, my kind of thought is like, if she's going to ask you to shave it, then she doesn't deserve you or the mustache.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
But I tell her that, and she just laughs.
She says, all right,
okay, dare accepted. Ball's in your court. I'm like, okay. I was kidding.
You got to do something even more obnoxious. Like, you got to come in with like a goatee, Like you got to do goatee with some beads in it.
So make something worse.
Yes.
So like the lesser of two evils, essentially.
Once you go from the beaded goatee to the mustache, she's like, "Oh my God, thank God for this mustache."
Where have you been all my life?
Yeah, you look so good. It's such a pleasure kissing you because you don't smell like patchouli oil. This is amazing.
That's a good point too.
Yeah.
I've got to self-sabatage to get the mustache back in good graces.
You got to read The Art of War before you grow a mustache in a marriage, dude.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, you guys. I haven't even tried it in my marriage. Like, I just go with the beard. I haven't given it I get it from my kids though too. Like one time during the pandemic, I had like kind of the beard going. I shaved the beard overnight. My kids were literally frightened when they saw me the next morning because they didn't realize that I'd shaved it down. They thought I was a stranger in the house because I looked like a different person when I went to go say good morning to them. Like literally jumped back aghast.
Yeah, there's something really startling about your father's pink face.
Right,
you
yeah.
know, once they've had
never
a beard.
seen it. I'd always had the beard, but pandemic, you're like whatever. I guess for entertainment today, I'll shave down to a mustache.
It was an
One
era,
day.
It was an era of experimentation for all of us.
Yeah, that's hilarious because Jim's experiment during the pandemic was maybe shaving his face. You had one heck of an experiment during the pandemic, is what I'm seeing.
Yes, I did.
Tell us about it.
Well, which one are we getting into? I lost a bunch of weight. I bought a
That's the
house.
one I
got
was
married.
thinking of.
All of it, because all three are great stories.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I experimented with losing like 180, 190 pounds during the pandemic.
Okay. Congratulations. That's impressive.
Thank you very much. In the last 3 months, I've experimented with putting about 20 of it back on. But
we can relate to that.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
I got to the point. I was like 410 pounds. You know, I was having a great time. Like I love life. I wasn't like a sad, pathetic 400. It wasn't Brendan Fraser in The Whale. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was out there. I was living my life. I was having a great time. But then the pandemic hit. And for like the first 3 weeks, I was ordering like Grubhub every night, just eating Panda Express. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Housing orange chicken, like 6,000 calories at a time. And I was like, oh, this might be a while. You know, once they were like, it's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Flatten the curve.
And I was like, I'm going to
about that term. Yeah.
flatten the curve, and then I'm going to flatten these crab rangoon too.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, okay, so it's going to actually take like 6 months to a year. I was like, I can't keep eating Panda Express every night. So I started watching what I ate. I was a little more like thoughtful about it. And then all of it, like 180 pounds later, you know, I had to quit comedy and become a male model. And it's been it's been a transition for me.
I mean, it's a heck of a transition to go from fitting this whole burger in my mouth to physical fitness.
Yeah.
Like, that is an accomplishment which I'm struggling with personally.
Well, as you were saying, the beard is also a device of I'll just hide maybe an extra chin, which is my strategy.
Here, so I was trying to do the whole like intermittent fasting thing for a while, and it was working really great. But then I got into like my national championship, world championship season.
Yeah.
And if you have a morning game, like you have to eat before the morning game because you will get lightheaded.
You
Like,
can't be out there loopy.
you
curling.
can't like the last
very
place you want to
strenuous,
lose
yeah.
your center of balance is on ice. Like 100%. So I started eating breakfast and now I'm just like hungry all the time again. And it's like, it's killing me.
I'm so curious about this. What is like the pre-meal or the pre-game meal for like a curler?
I mean, I don't go too crazy, and I typically try and stay away from like too many like your standard like classic breakfast.
Yeah. You're
like,
not
honestly,
eating like a stack of
oatmeal's great.
pancakes.
Yeah, like I like to do a little bit of oatmeal, maybe some bacon on the side.
Yeah.
And call it a day because I don't want to.
You keep on looking at me like I make your breakfast. I don't know what you make for breakfast.
No, I'm just looking at both of you because we're doing a show as a trio.
I got you. Kept on looking over. I was like, I don't know what you eat.
Because you hear some of these athletes, you know, like they're like chicken breast, broccoli, and complex carbohydrates.
I don't know if you know this story. Usain Bolt at the Beijing Games. So back during the 2008 Olympics and up to about 2018 and maybe a little before that, McDonald's was a sponsor in the Olympic Village. So if you went to like the food tent or like the cafeteria, McDonald's was there and it was free. Usain Bolt ate chicken McNuggets every single day. When he won all of those medals and set all those records, he just ate chicken nuggets. Like exclusively.
He could just throw anything in the furnace. It's like a movie when there's like a train and they're like breaking chairs and throwing them in there. That's like Usain Bolt's metabolism.
Oh, I wish I could have 10,000 calories a day.
Dog, if I walk by a bakery, I put on like 4 pounds. You know what I mean? If I look in the window, it's 10.
Yeah, I mean, the second I walk by a bakery, I got more rolls than they got inside.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
not good.
Ian, you actually have a book a little bit on it. T-shirt swim.
T-shirt swim club.
Yeah, T-shirt swim club.
Yeah.
And that made me think of my brother, who carried a lot of baby fat when he was younger, and he kind of grew out of it. But he was big time, wore the T-shirt. And look, we all have different reasons to be part of the T-shirt swim club. I maybe have more hair on my chest than my family loves, so I'm currently part of the T-shirt hair.
Chest
You know,
and his back.
Yes. And so,
Dude, you got to let the taco meat out. You can't be
I
ashamed
have
of
two
it.
like if you have two girls, like my wife is one set of shame, but then you have two daughters, and they're like, "Dad, you're embarrassing me." So like, and you just move on.
I'm all about body positivity, not just with fat, dude. If you got it looks like you're wearing a vest when you take your shirt off.
You know what? I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to go with this.
The big giveaway is when his kids.
I like that. Yeah.
The big giveaway is when his kids exclusively call him Papa Bear when his shirt's on.
Right.
That's what it's all about.
For the rest of the interview, I'm going like this then. For body positivity, Matt Hamilton.
Perfect. I
Don't
think
get
that's
uncomfortable.
great.
Yeah. There you go.
It's a good look.
What
for
do you got under there? Are you a clean? Are you look like a seal? Yeah.
Not a lot of chest hair.
Yeah.
Not a hairy man. I got a lot of hair on top of my head, and that's about it.
Now it seems like maybe the mustache is overcompensating for something.
It
seems
is.
different.
It is. It's because I didn't drink enough whiskey. That's right. That's the problem. Everyone's like, whiskey will put hair in your chest. I'm like, well, I've been drinking it.
I'm like from like my mustache all the way down to the top of my feet. It's like hair all the way.
Oh, so you and I are probably related somehow then.
I can't take a bath because when there's so much hair like free flowing, it looks like a kelp forest. Like it really adversely affects my life. I can't.
Well, your wife is as lucky as mine then. That's what I'm learning.
Yeah, she's lucky she needs glasses.
Right.
So were you like the president of the T-shirt swim club? Like, what was the reason for naming that?
I was the president, vice president, treasurer, caterer, every single part of it. I just think I wanted to come up with a name because, like, I feel like when people talk about being fat, it's either someone offering you like a 90-day quick fix. You can I'll help you lose 100 pounds in whatever amount of time. And it's either that or it's people like, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, that must be so hard.
Like it's terminal.
Yeah. You have terminal chub, dude. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, it's pathetic. You know, you're either fat bastard or you're the whale, and that's the only two. And I wanted to do something where it was like, yo, listen. It's not either of those things. Yeah, sometimes it sucks being fat. Sometimes people are mean to you because you're fat. There's also beautiful things about it. There's camaraderie in it, and you don't need to be ashamed of it. And you don't need to be ashamed of it even if you want to lose some weight. Like, that's not necessarily true. So I wanted to call it the T-shirt swim club because anyone who was a fat kid is going to immediately know how that feels. If you were a fat kid, you know how a wet Big Dog T-shirt feels sucked up against your torso, you know? And I wanted the book to be that kind of thing. You know, I also could have called it like Snackwell's Devil Food Cookies, but we ran into copyright issues.
There you go. Matt, those are dazzling details. With
that's real
the Big
dazzling.
Dog T-shirt, strapped against your chest. That's fantastic. Where can you pre-order that?
Anywhere. You can go to Amazon, Barnes & Noble. There's a website called bookshop.org. And that will let you pre-order it from a local bookshop in the area.
So perfect. Yeah.
So if you want to support,
I heard somewhere that Amazon used to sell books.
Yeah, they did.
Dude, they still sell them,
and they still do.
You can get books, a crossbow, like a cardboard cutout of Jared Leto, like whatever you want, they got it.
My 30 Seconds to Mars phase, baby.
Yeah, exactly. You can glue my book to Jared Leto's hand to make it look like a celebrity endorsement.
To me?
Yeah.
You probably with AI, you probably could have Jared just read it to you too.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, you could probably get it all taken care of, all on Amazon.
And I really like the idea. What was that last one?
Bookshop.org.
And that's somewhere you can get it locally sent.
So if there's a bookstore here in Madison that you love, and dude, it's hard. I know people who own bookstores and they don't make any money.
Yeah.
It's no margin.
Yeah, that's a passion project.
Yeah, because they're not selling the Jared Leto cutouts.
Yeah.
So if you can go to someplace like bookshop.org, that money goes to that local bookstore and it helps them out, and you still get it the exact same date as if you did Amazon or Barnes & Noble or whatever.
We're big local vibes on this show, so that is what we're going to promote. Bookshop.com, get it at
.org.
That's classic Matt. Close enough.
Yeah.
I mean, Matt's just curling is getting close, and yours is, yours is getting
Here's
close.
the thing, curling close is still
That's what I'm
pretty
saying.
good.
Yeah. You want a gold medal being close. So
exactly.
As long as someone doesn't say something closer, you're good.
Yeah. You should curl.
Yeah.
You've got the build.
I'm ready for it. If they let you out there dressed like a Jewish grandpa in the Catskills, I'm going. I guess this is a radio. They can't see that I am dressed currently like a Jewish grandfather in the Catskills.
Well, you painted the picture. I think we all know the picture off of that one.
Bucket
so,
hat,
yes.
chest hair, camp shirt, come see me this weekend.
Gold chain.
Gold chain, baby.
You're at the Comedy Club on State. 5 shows you're in town for.
4 left over.
Yes, 4 left over. Yep.
Yeah. I'm there. 2 shows tonight, 2 shows tomorrow. It's me, this comedian David Borey, who's a friend of mine. He's super funny. You're going to have a great time. Come on out. It's
absolutely. It's MadisonComedy.com is the website to get tickets for that as well. I wanted to get your thoughts. So Dame came to Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah.
He's from Portland.
Yes, well, a lot of drama there, but you obviously from Portland. You're a Blazers fan. I think that's how I first found you on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then I didn't realize this part of you. You've been on a few post games as well for Blazers broadcast.
My first media at all was on the Blazers post-game show on the local cable network.
Fantastic.
So they were like, they needed a funny person, so it was like me, a sports writer, a host, and like a former player. Like sometimes it was Jerome Kersey, may he rest in peace.
Yeah.
You'd get like Dan Dickow on there, just like people who stayed in the Portland area. And this was when I didn't have like 2 dimes to run together. So I was like in there in a blazer from Goodwill, 400 pounds, sweating, so nervous, like looking at Jerome Kersey like, hey, how are you doing? Like, so that was like my first reps, like doing TV or even like radio or anything like that. And I also got to go to a ton of games and be around the team, go into the locker room when I probably shouldn't have been in the locker room, and immediately leave the locker room because there's a bunch of 7-foot-tall naked guys who I have posters of, and I'm like, this is doing psychological damage. I need to go.
Yeah. There's not a lot of worse places to go if you don't want to to about yourself. It's like going to a professional locker room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not.
No.
I'm not doing it.
No.
So, basically, as Packer fans, we all know what our thoughts were when some of our favorite players went to other teams and stuff like that.
Sure.
For me, a fair bit of animosity. The one time where I thought it was okay was Devontae. I was like, you know what? We kind of screwed him over. Devontae, good for you. Go get paid.
Right.
Good luck with the Raiders. I wish you were a Packer. What's your feeling on Dame?
I mean, I was telling you before we were in here, I felt like the Damian Lillard thing was one of those divorces where the kids are out of the house. Nobody's feelings are get hurt. You just look at each other one day and you're like, we're not in love anymore. It's time to go out and be happy. So when Damian Lillard was ready to go, I was like, go in peace. I hope you win a ring. It's definitely not going to happen here. Because he was amazing on the Blazers, and he gave me some of my favorite memories that I have in life, let alone in basketball. And I was like, get out there and win a ring, man. You're getting older, you know? There's some tread off the tires. And it was time for us to rebuild. So I was happy to see him go. I was even happier to see him go to Milwaukee than Miami because the Miami fans were so entitled about Damian Lillard.
Yes.
Dude, they were like crazy. They were like, we'll give you a second-round draft pick and one of the suits that Pat Riley doesn't wear anymore for Damian Lillard. And it was like, well, no, thank you. We're not interested in that. And he wanted to go there because, of course, he did. Because he's a black millionaire going through a divorce. Like, who wouldn't want to be in Miami rather than maybe Milwaukee, Wisconsin, for example?
Fair. Yeah. I like how you treaded a little lightly there. Like, don't worry about it. We know what we are.
We know Miami is nicer than Milwaukee. Yeah,
and like Portland as well. Like he already just spent a decade in Portland, the Milwaukee of the Pacific Northwest. It's like he wanted to go in my. I don't blame him. He wanted to go eat like $900 lobster tacos in South Beach. Who wouldn't want to do that?
Right.
But I was stoked to see him come here. And I still think, I mean, how do you guys feel about the trade now that Milwaukee has been escorted out of the playoffs?
I still think it was a really good move. It was just very unfortunate timing to have your 2 biggest stars be injured for the first round of the playoffs.
You're talking about Thanasis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard?
I am now that Thanasis tore his Achilles, but no, I was talking about Giannis.
Yeah.
Obviously, Middleton been banged up. They only played like 8 times under Doc together, the 3 of them, going into the playoffs. I was like, I just don't feel like they got a fair shake. So I would like to, I shouldn't say a fair shake, like things happen, but like I didn't think they were able to put their best foot forward this year.
No, definitely not.
I'm impressed that you, Ian, were able to say Giannis or Thanasis better than Mr. Matt Hamilton.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I screwed it up pretty good one time.
He's never tried the last name again.
I refuse. Ryan's too good at making sure that it's going to be wrong.
Attempt to taco? Is that what it was?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
That's what I said. And I was wrong. And, that was like a year ago, but I will not be living that down.
Matt, you just nailed the Greek pronunciation. That's all. Well done. Good job.
Yeah. Apparently, the Greek pronunciation is Bo, not P-O. It's Bo. It sounds like B-O.
Giannis, that's got
Really? This is what you're doing right
not
now?
right there,
Yeah,
actually.
you were
Yeah,
wrong in
that's
any
good
language you were trying to say.
Yeah, well,
It's a regional dialect.
Right, yeah.
you just
You know
aren't
what,
from
though?
the area of Greece that I was using that dialect.
You said it as a dude from McFarland. You put a McFarland accent on it.
You
Which is like,
betcha.
I can't say that name.
Moving on.
Right. This is Rutledge Hamilton presented by Coors Light. We're joined by Ian Karmel. Again, 4 shows left at the Comedy Club on State. Also has a book, T-shirt Swim Club. Matt, available where?
Books.org.
Nope.
Bookstore.org.
Nope.
Storebook.org.
Not getting further away, actually.
It's now turned into the roast of Matt Hamilton. I did want to...
Where was it?
Bookshop.org.
Bookshop.org.
Or anywhere books are available, I contractually have to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. The Tom Brady roast did really well on Netflix. Did you
Oh,
a chance
yeah.
to see any of it? What are your thoughts on
I
the
got
roast?
to write some jokes for Nikki Glazer for it.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Nikki killed it, too.
She was probably the best out of there,
Nikki
too.
Crush. She was so funny in it. Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal. And it was really fun to get to write jokes for Nikki and watch her go out there and crush with them. And I used to work with Rob Gronkowski, too. Once upon a time, I was on a show called Game On CBS.
Okay, yeah.
It was me, Venus Williams, Rob Gronkowski, and Bobby Lee. So it was fun to watch him go out there. Yeah.
So you had some of the best jokes were about Gronk. So you had some good ammo about some of those guys up there, too. So
yeah. Every single joke about Gronk was about how he was stupid or had brain damage.
Right, yeah. yes. I guess good for Gronk or bad for Gronk on that part of it. So how do you write? Because like we had one of our hosts, he said that like roast seemed too mean, and he was not in his speed for comedy.
Yeah.
And there's probably a line, obviously, since you just wrote some. How do you walk that line of being funny but also having that cutting edge humor?
Well, in writing them, you get to be as mean as you want to be, and then you have to make the comedian make that choice for you.
Okay.
So you can write some like truly cruel jokes and send those in.
Yeah.
And you have to put it on the comedian. So it's kind of up to the comic about like you kind of have to know what your comedic voice is and know how you're perceived when you go up on stage. Like Nikki Glazer, she can get away with telling the most evil jokes possible because she's up there. She's, you know what I mean. She's like a beautiful blonde woman. So it's like it's kind of funnier coming from her.
Yeah.
Whereas if I went up and told some of those jokes, people would be like, "Oh, he's a real jerk, huh?" You know?
Right. Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think you have to. I think in a roast situation, I think if it's a good joke, you cross the line, and if you go too far, everyone just has to understand that's what they're there for.
Right.
You know, you would never walk up to someone at Starbucks and say that joke to their face, but if you're at a roast, you strap on a helmet, right?
Right. Yeah. You're there for it. So do you think Tom actually had an issue with the craft joke, or do you think that was him trying to be funny, or what do you think that was when he went up to? I forgot who was Jeff Ross.
Yeah, I think that's him trying to be funny.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
It just seemed too early in the roast for him to get that offended. They came in hot too. Like Kevin Hart came in like.
I feel like I
ripping
watched a comedian talk about how like he was asked like, "Hey, let's keep it off the Robert Kraft happy ending jokes."
Okay, maybe
I heard that was also the case.
Yeah, and then he did it. So, and then basically, I feel like Tom just put the kibosh on anything
quickly?
else. Yeah, he was like, "This is the first offense. I'm going to overreact so it doesn't happen again."
Yeah, I think it was like a comedic overreaction, but maybe reminding people that, hey, this is
that
actually
was the one line that they drew.
We didn't receive any instructions not to
Okay.
joke about that kind of thing. I wasn't on the actual writing staff. I just like Nikki hit me up to write jokes for her, but like
That's the best job because you don't have to deliver it. You can be as foul as you want, and she's like, "If she's going to say it, I'll put it on paper."
Oh, dude, it's a blast, and it's also you get to write. Like comedy now. I actually think comedy has loosened up quite a bit from where it was like 5-10 years ago, where like there's a bit of a tightening of the sphincter as far as like comedy went in general. And I think now it's gotten a lot looser, and everyone's like, "Oh wait, they're joking. We don't. This person isn't running for office. They're up here while I'm like 6 martinis deep. You know what I mean? Like making me laugh." But you can also it's truly just about the structure of writing a joke. So you can be as mean as you want. You can like tread into territory. Because that's, like, it's tricky. Because, like, if you're going to tell a joke that plays on someone's identity, whether it's like sexual, race, whatever. Yeah. In like you would never do that like with strangers.
Right.
But we do that with our friends. And like in a roast setting, there's something beautiful about the permission that everyone gives each other. And it's cathartic, especially to like walk that tightrope. together and know that like nobody means anything personal by this. I'm not actually digging at you in a way where I have a problem with you materially. And it's almost the way I don't know. There's something
It's kind of fun when it's just for the lulz.
We've all
Just for
given
the
each other
LOLs.
permission here to just try. It's like throwing on like a boxing helmet and gloves and just like slapping each other around a little bit, or like going into one of those rooms where you take a baseball bat to a TV or a computer, like those destruction rooms or whatever. You get it out. It's kind of therapeutic, and then everyone walks away, and especially if you were at that roast, richer and happier than they were in the first place.
Yeah, Matt, so what I took away from that is that the theory that you and I had about Jesse not liking him, because we said, like, hey, friends make fun of each other all the time. So Jesse just doesn't have friends. Like, that was our working theory, and that's what we're back to.
Or maybe he has so many friends that he just couldn't handle them all ripping them all
there
the time.
There you go, that way, too.
Jesse has tons of friends. They just all ripped him to show him how much they like him.
There you go. So tell me about the writing of jokes. I see you've written for Grammys, obviously written for The Late Late Show.
Yeah.
So, like, how, like, there's Matt gets offended. People are like, oh, you just show up and curl, and, like, it's way harder than, like, you actually think. But writing a joke, I would imagine, is way harder than people just assume it is. Like, it's an art form you learn over time.
It's a discipline. Like
That's
joke writing.
that's what I'm looking for,
I think like being funny is something either you're born with or usually like you're a fat kid with a hole in your psyche that you need to fill with affirmation from other people, and it never fills up no matter how hard you try. But joke writing itself is like a discipline.
Okay.
You have to sit down and you have to actually do it. Because you can sort of learn the math of it. You can use the formula. You can recognize just by watching other people tell jokes what that's supposed to be like. But the actual art form of it is sitting down in front of either a laptop or with a notebook and just doing it. Like when I would write jokes for the Late Late Show or for the Grammys or like for the roast, it's you, 3 hours, and you knock out like 100 of them.
Wow.
You write 100 and you like run scenarios through your brain. You run angles through your brain. You're like, okay, if I'm making jokes about Tom Brady, right? You kind of run through all these scenarios in your brain. You do like, okay, I'm going to do like plastic surgery jokes. Okay, what's funny about him getting a divorce from Giselle? What's funny about him going to Tampa Bay? What's funny about his insane diet, right? What's funny about him being like the last pick of a draft? What's funny about him kissing his kid, what I mean, for too long? What's funny about X, Y, Z? And you just run through all these scenarios in your brain until you feel like you've exhausted that, and you move on to Gronk, and you're like, okay, what's funny about him being stupid? What's funny about him being stupid? What's funny about him being stupid? And then you move on to the next person, and you do it with them, right? Like, Gronk is not stupid, by the way. I want to say. He's incredibly intelligent at catching a football and running over a 5'10" cornerback.
He is.
He's very smart at that. He's just, dude, I swear to God, I think he is a Labrador retriever that a wizard turned into a person.
Hey, just like you, man.
See, I'm like I'm a golden retriever.
You're a golden retriever.
Yeah. Just love all people, and I speak before I think.
Gronk is the exact same way. He could not be a sweeter person. It's like, I think whatever that wizard is going around turning golden retrievers into people, thank God for him because he gave us you and Rob Gronkowski.
Right, but like Matt, you don't have this, but Gronk, at least during the roast, kind of had like resting stupid face, where he just looks like he's not there.
He looks like he actually actively has to say breathe in.
Right, yeah.
Breathe out.
Yeah,
or
like,
he'll like fall like
that's what he's focusing on. You're like, all right, breathe again.
And then breathe out again.
So you don't have that, Matt. You
at
least don't have that. So, Ian, we've taken a lot of your time. So again, you have 4 shows left at Comedy Club on State. T-Shirt Swim Club is the book. And Matt, where can you get it?
Bookshop.org.
Yeah!
Breathe in.
Who's
Now
a good boy?
exhale.
Who's a good
Now
boy?
breathe in and exhale.
Who's a good boy? You're going to
ball in
treat
here.
during the break. You're
I'm
going to
gonna
treat during the
take one.
break. Yes, absolutely. Ian, thank you so much for
My
coming on.
pleasure. Thank you for having me.
All right, this is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, and we can prove it. Follow the show on Twitter at Jim and Matt. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starry on Bank, with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starry on Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience by going to starryonbank.com. Member FDIC.
And with your Badger Minute, I'm Alex Gravatt. UW Athletic Hall of Famer Megan Duggan will be the commencement speaker for the University of Wisconsin-Madison's graduation ceremony this Saturday, May 11th. Duggan is second all
all-time in assists for the Badger women's hockey program and helped lead the Badgers to 3 national championships from 2006 to 2011. She then helped the women's Olympic team to 2 silver medals and eventually took the gold in the 2018 Olympics. Duggan is now one of the only women in an operational role in the NHL with the New Jersey Devils.
Right now, get 0% interest-free financing for up to 60 months when you order by May 10th. Set your free in-home consultation at PalaWI.com.
Matt Hamilton here to tell you about my friends at Revive Restoration. Nobody plans for accidents to happen, but when they do, you can count on Revive to be professional, efficient, and detail-oriented as they make things right again. Revive Restoration.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it yourself at 2 convenient Madison locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Honda certified technicians handle it all. You can even get flexible payment options. Fix your car now and pay later. Apply online to see your options in seconds with no hard credit check. Make your service appointment online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Zimbrick Honda Service Center on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bar of the Week. Listen to Rutledge and Hamilton every Thursday, and we will let you know where you can enjoy $2 Miller High Lifes. To celebrate our love for dive bars, me and Matt are going to tell you about some of our favorites, featuring one extra special dive bar that will have $2 High Lifes on special for the week. Taste the champagne of beer in its natural environment. A delightfully different dive bar in Wisconsin, like the Dam Bar and Grill, Antlers Pub, Whatever Bar, and the Keg in DeForest.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because they never charge over the MSRP.
Spring fishing is finally here, and Fleet Farm has everything you need to reel in more fish this year. Upgrade your gear with the best brands like Rapala, Berkeley, and St. Croix. Find exclusive flicker shads you won't find anywhere else, starting at $12.99. Get rod and reel combos starting at only $24.99. And shop our wide selection of fishing line that starts at just $4.99. Land top fishing gear and everything else you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm.
It took me a while to figure out my mom is more than the mom stuff she did for me. More than the laundry, cooking, and driving. She's got a whole life outside of motherhood, whether it was helping my dad start a small business, volunteering. My mom's job was a pastor, so while I'm playing games, she quite literally was saving lives. She's a superhero, not just to me, but to so many others. And so that's why this Mother's Day, I want to give Mom her flowers. She deserves the best. That's why I'm sending her farm fresh flowers from Books. That's short for bouquets. And I got you with 25% off your entire Books purchase so you can send some too. Here's why I like the Books company. Books is different. Their flowers are cut fresh and sourced directly from the best flower farms, so they last way longer. They even have flowers growing on the side of a volcano. Mother's Day is May 12th, so don't miss your chance to thank your mom. Order your Books now. And with 25% off, you can send some to mom, the wife, auntie, and even grandma. Go to Books.com and use promo code Canty for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code Canty. Books, promo code Canty.
This is Madison's new home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball.
National semifinalist for the 6th time.
We're on Wisconsin Sports, 100.5 ESPN.
My thoughts were adrift.
Rutledge and Hamilton continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. We are presented by Coors Light. Jim Rutledge, Matt Hamilton with you. Matt, that was a lot of fun.
That was fun.
We had a very, very, very good time here. Thanks to Ian Karmel for coming on again. You can go MadisonComedy.com. He's got 4 shows left at the Comedy Club. He's got a book, T-shirt, swim club.
T-shirt, swim club.
T-shirt, yeah, that's what I said, yeah.
Yeah, I know. You said T-shirt, swim club. I am a robot.
All right.
But Matt, where can you buy that book?
Bookshop.org.
Yes, bookshop.org is where you can buy it.
You can have it, and any other places you buy books, apparently. And you can have it sent to your favorite local shop, and then they can, it's not going to cost you anymore, but then it benefits them. So if you are anything like the team here at Rutledge Hamilton, you like local, you like supporting local, go support local. Bookshop.org.
Let's go.
844-770-3776, how you get into the show. We'll get back to the sports stuff here, but if you want to listen back to the Ian Karmel interview.
Which you do.
You do. It's available, Wisconsin On Demand, Apple, Spotify, and those great places. Brought to you by our good friends at Revive Restoration. So before the break, we were kind of teasing the idea of, is this the window for a Packers Super Bowl run? Yes.
Like the biggest
right. Like
window
this is their
be
best
open.
chance. Like, is this year their best chance for a Packers Super Bowl run? But we also were taking calls on, give us your Fish Friday themed solutions, if you will, to the problem that is going to be hitting the Packers here soon, and is a problem that the rest of the NFL holds as well. That once your quarterback
gets just a Packer issue,
right? Once your quarterback gets paid, like primetime, can we take over you and I over here for a second here?
Okay.
Matt has never been more energized or felt himself more. Like, how many times is he going to try to zing some one-liners in on me as I'm trying to do the show here? Like, he's going to try to do comedy hour at the Comedy Club on State.
The rest of the show is an open mic for Matt.
Apparently.
That's what this is.
It's the only reason I don't go to open mic night is because you guys give me the opportunity every day.
Yeah, right. I mean, he's got a little extra little sassy energy right now.
Oh, feistiness, sassiness?
Yeah, a little sassy all of a sudden.
Okay.
We bring a comedian in, he's trying to match his level, and he can't bring it back down, and he's just like, zing, 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 zing.
Matt, breathe in, breathe out.
Yeah,
breathe in, breathe out.
I got to remember.
Oh, man, give us, you need to, I don't know, chill for a minute. Like, have yourself a gummy, take a breath.
Get some Coors Light.
Yeah, get some Coors Light and relax a little bit. No. So, the other one was, if you want to give us some gummy-induced ideas on how to solve the issue in the NFL, where basically all these teams are going to start having to pay their quarterback, and as soon as you start having to pay your quarterback, unless it's an all-time great in Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes, that really makes it twice as hard. You're working uphill to try to win a Super Bowl after you start paying your quarterback. And no quarterback is one taking up 20% of their salary cap. The highest number has been Patrick Mahomes at 17%. I think the next highest was Steve Young, which was a long-ass time ago, at 13%. Otherwise, it is tough to win a Super Bowl.
What was Stafford at?
And Stafford was not as high as that. And then Tom Brady was around that 10, 11% regularly. To your point about figuring out a way for the quarterback to be able to have their salary number live within the salary cap. Now, could you all take a pay cut? Sure, but no, but we're not here. We're not pro players having to take a pay cut so, others can eat. Like, we want the players to get paid and your team to be able to build
I'm
their team.
assuming the other players are the ones that get paid.
Yeah,
like
but
if
that
the
specific
top
player
dog who's getting 25%, 20% of the salary decides, hey, 15% is good enough for me. Give one more weapon that I really could use 5% that I would be eating and help me win a ship.
And so here's the thing that, to Aaron Rodgers' credit, he did it some, and most of his quarterbacks do. At some point, you have to pay the piper, but they do move the dollars. So let's say the annual average value for Jordan Love is $55 million. Well, he can, honestly, the Packers are probably going to try to front load that. Getting back to the window question here, they're going to try to front load that in a way that it allows them the opportunity to pay him as much as they can early, so then when the younger players who they expect to hit and they have to pay them more and their numbers start hitting, it doesn't affect the team as much. So the Packers are right now in as good a shape as I think you can be going into having to pay a quarterback, and so they are able to plan for it. And just like and this is what the Packers have to figure out. You could try to do something super long-term like the Chiefs have done with Patrick Mahomes, where you're constantly kind of extending or restructuring, so you're always spreading out that number. And the Packers kind of did that with Rodgers. It was the back half of this thing where the numbers were big and they were immovable. Like, you know, you just had to take that cap hit. You had to take your medicine at some point. The Saints had to do that with Drew Brees. Obviously, teams have to do that once in a while. That's the ideal scenario. But it still takes a lot of extra effort in team building, trying to build around that franchise quarterback when they're getting paid over 10% of your salary cap, oftentimes 15, 20%. So that's what's ahead for the Packers. It's a good problem to have in theory. The one thing, Matt, that we still talked about, we don't know if Jordan Love is the next Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, Jimmy Garoppolo, Kirk Cousins type of quarterback, where I was talking about this with Alex Strofe on Mr. Relevant. You have the platinum quarterbacks. You have Mahomes. You have Mahomes, Josh Allen, Burrow. Like right now, that's probably Lamar. Those are the platinum QBs. And then the gold level QBs, that's where Jordan's living right now. Somewhere in that gold level. I don't know if he's at the top of the gold level or he's middle or bottom of the gold level, but he's in that, like, it's not a gold's still good.
It's middle to bottom.
But it's still that upper echelon of a QB. Yeah. And that's where he is. I would say that, like, he's closer to the bottom level of the upper echelon, and he has room to climb up. That's the group that you could roll a dice every year and shake it out and be like, all right, here's the number one in that group. And then next year it could be here number 4 in that group. And that's where I think Jordan will live most of his career. And I think you're fine paying him that number of 55.5 because over time that'll become pretty valuable.
Yeah. No, I agree. To your point about and our question about the window being its widest right now, I would say it's probably next season. I do think he gets paid this year or gets a contract.
Yep.
But like you said, I think they're going to front load it. And I think maybe that last year or two before a lot of these not rookies anymore, second year wide receivers start looking to get their next contract is kind of our best shot. Now, the beauty is when you have a guy like Jordan Love, and if he is your guy and he does live in that upper echelon gold to, hopefully platinum one day range or one season range, if he does live in there, you can reload at wide receiver and you can reload at some of these other skill positions. It's a lot harder to reload at quarterback than it is at wide receiver, tight end, even running back. So I do think his best shot is probably not this year. I would say it's next year and the year after, because that's when that class of wide receivers is going to start looking for money, is after the 2026 season.
And that's the other part of it. Most likely, 2 out of these guys on the Packers roster wide receivers, set inside of tight ends, will be the ones that you'll be around.
Right.
And Brad Nortman talked about that. There's something to that. And I would bet on Reed being one of them.
Yeah.
Reed's a guy that if he was 3 inches taller, he might be a top 15 pick. He's not, so that's why he's at, and like, right now he's still more
I agree.
He's still more of a weapon than like a true number 1 or number 2 wide receiver. Mm-hmm. So I think of more of like Samuel or Tyreek Hill, and those are obviously high-end levels of that, but he's more of it's not a gadget player, doesn't do it right. He's just a weapon, and however you want to deploy it, but he's not
versatile.
Because, Matt, I'll ask you this question. Who will be the Packers' leader in receiving, like, receptions next year? Or who will be Jordan Love's go-to guy? It's 3rd down and 7, and he needs to find someone to get open to make a play for him. Who is it? I'm not saying he doesn't have one. I'm saying who would you think?
I think it's going to be Romeo.
I agree.
I think Romeo Doubs is, it looked like he made a jump. He became kind of that security blanket for Jordan Love this year. I really thought Aaron Jones was going to be the leading pass catcher last year. Obviously, injury hampered that a little bit. But, Dobbs seems to be a really solid route runner, and I think that's where Jordan Love is going to thrive the most. I think he's really good when people are where they're supposed to be. Kind of like similar to Rodgers, right? Rodgers didn't necessarily need the most athletic wide receiver, but if you were where you needed to be at the right time, Rodgers was going to find you and put it in a spot that was open. I think Jordan Love has kind of taken that Rodgers school of quarterbacking page and put it in his locker and was like, these are the guys that are going to be the best assets for me, not necessarily the most athletic guy in the draft, like guys that are great route runners and need to be where they need to. And I think Romeo Doubs is a great example of a guy who maybe got passed over because of his physical attributes, but the way he runs routes and the way he's developed at running routes in Green Bay has been very impressive.
Yeah, and I don't think I agree with you on Romeo Doubs as the guy. I don't think Romeo Doubs has the ability to reach Devontae level as far as a player.
I just don't think he's physically going to be able to get it.
Yes, but I do think, because his increase was essentially a volume increase. He got more balls thrown his way, and his stats rise with it. But he's still he is a good number 2.
He took advantage of that opportunity of getting more passes.
And I agree with you. Like on this roster, he's the guy that you're going to trust the most as a wide receiver.
No, I think eventually it's going to be Reed.
I don't think that'll be the case ever, because unless it got to be schemed for Reed. I think Reed's a guy you're going to have to scheme open. And so I'm saying more of like Jordan's, Reed's running his, let's say Reed's covered in that. So you run something scheme for Reed, and if it's not open, it's going to be a lot harder to get it to Reed. Then he's going to look for Romeo.
Right.
And I think
that's how this year's going to go for sure.
Yeah, and I think, and then obviously Musgraves and the rest of it's in there. But
I'd love to see Christian Watson give us that last 8 games of 2022.
Honestly, at this point, I think Christian Watson's expectations should be like MVS with the Chiefs, which was better than MVS with the Packers, but not a premier player.
It looked like he was capable. He's always injured.
Right, but even when he was healthy, it was still up and down in the game. So I don't.
That's last season, but the season.
His rookie year, he had like 5. Similar to Love, he had like 4. He had like a 4 or 5 game stretch of on fire, and then it was nobody non-existent
his last
for a while.
5 games of the season.
Yeah, but he was
great.
But he was non-existent for the other games.
Right, a little earlier in the season. You're right.
He's more of a.
I attribute that to growing pains, but then last year he kind of took a step back.
We talked about he's an older player too. He's just not a premier route runner. He still could be used as MVS is the guy that was important to the Chiefs' Super Bowl run. So Christian Watson could be important to the Packers' success. I just don't see him having the full-on skill set, health, and all of that, especially when you consider his age, to be a number 1 for the Packers.
So who's the number 1 for the Packers? The next
number 1?
Is it Wicks?
I don't think it's on the roster, to be honest.
Really?
I do think that they have a collection of very good receivers, a bunch of, Reed is going to be a hell of a player.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to go on this roster, then I would say that Reed and Musgraves are probably the 2 that could be the go-to players for Love. I don't know, do they reach full Pro Bowl? That's a little different, but I think those 2 have the most potential to be the guys who can make things happen when all else fails.
Right.
And to me, that's a true 1 at your position. And I think Reed is a weapon, could be one of the best in the NFL, and I think Musgraves has an opportunity to be in the upper echelon of tight ends in the NFL.
One comparison I want to draw, because you asked about who's Jordan Love's go-to guy, maybe catch the most passes this year. We said Dobbs. Dobbs, definitely, when he's playing, I get Donald Driver vibes.
Yeah, that's a good comp. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I'm not saying he's going to be as good as Donald Driver. I'm not saying he can't get that good, but man, just as far as a guy that you feel like he's your sure thing and he's the guy that you're going to go to on 3rd and 5 when you need to throw it over the middle in a slant route, he's going to get there and he's going to catch it. So, yeah, that's my comp for Dobbs there. Donald Driver, DD.
Oh, I love that. And realistically, there was a little bit of a window. There was a 3-year window where he was putting up massive numbers, but otherwise it was 70, 52, 84, 86, 92, 82, 74, 70. So, for his career, he was more of a 65-catch, 800-yard, 4-touchdown guy for Driver. It was a long career, and it was a very reliable career. And if you get that out of Dobbs, that's a home run.
Yeah. Yeah, you found a Packer Hall of Famer.
Absolutely. J&K Security Solutions are a locally owned, family-run business that has been part of the Madison community for nearly 40 years. Jeffrey and the whole team at J&K care about making sure your home or business is safe and secure, with services ranging from commercial fire detection to commercial security and surveillance. They are dedicated to keeping your business safe. Home services include security and home automation services using Control4. Keep your home and business up to date with our friends at J&K Security Solutions. This is Rutledge Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Trax.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV. Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues. This season, spring into adventure together in the Chevy of your choice.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Brust for Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Make the most out of your summer at Road America, located conveniently between Green Bay, Milwaukee, and Madison in Elkhart Lake. Come see a race at the legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course, camp on site all weekend, and enjoy free admission for kids 16 and under with a paying adult at the gate. Make sure you get tickets for the NTT IndyCar Series race at Road America June 6th through the 9th. Come for the experience and stay for the race. Get your tickets at roadamerica.com.
Hi, this is former Badger Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison. Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center Update, once again brought to you by ESPN Madison's content teammates receiving undergraduate degrees in the class of 2024. Congrats to Riley Yauk, Devin Robinson, and Colin Russo, along with all students in Madison and around the state graduating this weekend. You can also hear Devin Robinson's appearance on Rutledge and Hamilton this past Wednesday. She joined the show to talk about Badgers volleyball, graduating as a member of the team, and much more. Listen back to that podcast, that appearance on Wisconsin On Demand, or wherever you get your podcasts. Milwaukee Brewers get the first win of a 4-game homestand against their rival, the Cardinals, last night, winning 7-1, 3 home runs for the team between Reese Hoskins, Jake Bowers, and Joey Ortiz. Catcher William Contreras and outfielder Christian Yelich also both going 3 of 4 in that outing. Game 2 is tonight at AmFam Field, 7:10 p.m. first pitch. Meanwhile, Badgers softball, also set in history, became the second team ever to reach the Big Ten tournament semifinals as a double-digit seed. The number 11 seeded Badgers will take on number 2 seed Michigan tonight at 6:30 p.m. Make sure you stay tuned for the second hour of Rutledge and Hamilton, starting right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
You got the chill.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton with Jim Rutledge and Matt Hamilton.
People like me.
That's some booty, Jim.
Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
I am Jim Rutledge. You never go full Rutledge.
Send them my way. Ask for forgiveness.
Yes.
That's what I'm asking. Next time, just say, Jim yelled at me, made me do it.
There is not a lot of things more satisfying than 5 seconds is so generous.
Wait, so there's...
You get like a second and a half from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, ask Jen.
Blue Gill or bust, right, Matt?
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio. With Matt Hamilton, here's Jim Rutledge.
Matt, we have established that our wives are lucky ladies, and that open just proves it.
Yeah.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue. You know what to do.
And that's crush the Coors Light in about 1.5 seconds.
Good for you. Good for you. You know what? The whole point is to drink the Coors Light and enjoy yourself. So what are we trying to...
Enjoy it however you see fit.
Exactly. 844-770-3776. We are asking the question, when will the Packers Super Bowl window with Jordan Love be stronger? This upcoming season? Wait,
This is why you got to proofread.
What?
What year are we coming into here?
This upcoming season.
Is what?
Oh, man, it is 2024, isn't it? Woof. Woof.
That window.
That hit like a bag of bricks.
I'm going to vote for the second one. I was going to do it anyway, but I'm definitely voting for
I mean, you
this
can make an
season
argument.
forward.
They made it all the way to the divisional round last year. I mean, could they get past the divisional round this coming season? Maybe they don't get that far again. You could make an argument. Maybe last year was the window. I mean, guys, maybe we stumbled into a better topic today. I don't know. You're welcomes.
What's with the S?
You're
you all
welcome.
right?
With the S?
You said you're welcomes.
You're welcome.
Well, there's 2 of you. You're welcome. It's plural. You're welcome.
That's not how it works.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Petted is also not a word, Ryan.
I've never said petted, Jim. You're the one with dogs.
But
and
you're the one
taco
that, like,
meat on
if
your
you're throwing
chest.
out welcomes, I feel like you say petted.
I don't think so. I think you're projecting, as usual.
All righty. Triggered. 844-770-3776. How you get into the show. Petted does get on my nerves when people say that one. The other one is when people say my pet peeve and then they list multiple. Pet peeve should be singular, in my opinion.
What if they say pet peeves?
But that's not a thing. Like, it shouldn't be plural. You have one pet peeve. You can have other things that bother you.
A lot of things make me equally angry.
I would also say Jim has a list of pet peeves. Jim has like a book.
And then I have other things that...
Okay, what's your number one pet peeve?
people who say pet peeves.
No, for real, because I want this from everybody. If we're going to get into it, and you don't like the word pet peeves, because I think multiple things can anger you the equal
pet
amount.
Peeve, something that a particular person finds especially annoying. That's it. So you find one thing especially annoying.
Well, yeah, but if you say peeves, it means that there's a couple things that I find exceptionally annoying.
But
wouldn't it?
A peeve is one thing, right?
Yeah, but couldn't you make it plural? A horse is one
You
thing.
can't make welcomes. Can't make pet. You can't make pet past tense.
I mean, but there's a lot of things you do make past tense.
Like
with
what?
an S. Like
Welcomed.
what? Like
welcomes is not a thing.
Welcomed.
Like when people come to your house, man, you go, welcomes.
Well, only if multiple people show up.
Exactly.
I'd like to wish you all welcome.
That's the proper old ye English way, Jim. Come on, I'm just trying to educate you today.
Welcome to my manor. Welcomes to my manor.
Welcomes and salutations.
Thank you.
Oh.
Okay, so for real though, what's your pet peeve and what is everyone's pet peeve?
All right, let's get everyone else's. I got to pick from one. But 844-770-3776. How you get into the show? What is your pet peeve? 844-770-3776. Prime, do you got a pet peeve? I think it's...
I want to know what Ryan's work pet peeve is.
It's either you or me.
Whoa, work pet peeve.
Yeah,
It's
because
either
I'm
Matt
sure
Hamilton
you've
or
got
Jim
plenty of
Ryan.
things at home that bother you, but I'm just curious, what about your job with us?
Matt, don't you know there's nothing at home for me? That's the point. There's nothing there to bother me. That's why I like it there so much. No.
So he's just getting mad at his couch?
Yeah, exactly. Get mad at the plant that won't stay upright? No.
Yeah, I see him having a folding lawn chair in his living room, and that's it.
At one point, yes.
One bowl, one spoon, one plate, one fork. Like, what do you need multiples for?
Was that like a sounder?
That was not a sounder. That was the board making noise at me. I don't even know what that was. That was a big
I made
pet peeve.
such a good point about your singular dishware.
Just had to chime in.
Clearly.
So 844-770-3776. You can chime in with your pet peeve. Do you have one here?
I would just say, just people who are too much of a procrastinator and leave you hanging out. That does get to me sometimes because you're trying to do everything you can, trying to do it all at the last minute, and sometimes, you write 2023 season instead of 2024.
I can't imagine who you'd be talking about.
No, who could that be?
Anyways, I have a pet peeve now.
Say
Ryan,
so. No, put it out there.
No, Ryan, I want you to paint your apartment for us. Give us some dazzling details.
Paint my apartment for you. Well, I don't have any paintbrushes.
But do you have like
Be a wordsmith.
Yeah, give us some dazzling details. We enter into the
abode. You'll walk into the walk-in closet that I took the doors off of because I couldn't fit all of my junk in there. Trash. Hold on.
What do you have in this? Like, give us a sampling. Is it just like a junk drawer, but like a junk closet?
It's junk closet. It's like all the cleaning wear. There's some cookware in there that I never took out of the box. Just a bunch of stuff that I never really got to. Some shoes, cleaning stuff, I should say. But I took the doors off, and then there's the coat rack right to your left, and you'll continue down the carpeted hallway to my kitchen area, where the stove lamp does not work, so I just put a reading lamp there instead.
Why don't you? Do you ask the landlord to fix it?
I don't really like them. So we continue on through the apartment, and now we're at the sink. There's no dishwasher because I don't have that kind of money.
I didn't know that was a big upgrade.
It is. Hey, Jim, you don't realize sometimes, but it is. We do have an oven, so there's that. There's the microwave. That's really all I need to make any of the food I'm eating.
When you say we, are you talking about you and your other personality, or are you talking about
Me and the plant.
Okay.
We live together.
Confirming.
So you continue down the kitchen, and you walk directly into the, call it air quotes, dining room. There's just a table there with my coffee maker, and there's another table there because it needs to be
So you
my
have a
separate
dining room
coffee
table with a coffee maker on it?
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty much. Well, I wouldn't call it a dining room table. It's like made for one person, really. There's not many other people who need the space.
You're painting the saddest picture I have ever heard.
Saddest picture, Ryan.
Can you put some sad music on?
No, there's only one singular light just hanging above me.
Yeah, so hold on.
No chandelier, right?
I want pick out a song and finish telling your story here. I'm going to read some of the talk and text line, but I want you to find a song that best fits the sad story you're telling us about your apartment.
I
Daniel
should
the
think of
landscaper, or you could tell him down through TalkBack then. Daniel the landscaper chimes in 844 through TalkBack.
I'm doing it.
You're texting him. Hit
You have
the
a talkback button, Matt.
I'm aware. I'm trying to figure out the sad song I'm thinking of.
All right, 844-770-3776. Biggest pet peeve is when my wife and this is Daniel Landscaper, in case my wife's listening. Biggest pet peeve is when my wife and kids can't pick up after themselves. When we talk about it all the time and how often my wife procrastinates everything. There you go. That's one. 844-770-3776. What is your biggest pet peeve? It can be a work one. It can be a personal one as well. But you can chime in on some of those. Matt, do you have one yet?
Yeah, I mean, I think most husbands can relate to this one. So we have like a split level ranch, right? So
Yep.
you enter the front door and you can either go upstairs or downstairs.
Yep.
That landing where the front door is supposed to be used to like open said door. My wife likes to shop. I also get things sent to me.
Yep.
She just fires unbroken down boxes down the stairs, just fires them. And they're like gone. It's the same way that like when I put my laundry in the hamper and it's just magically folded and on the bed like a day and a half later. She thinks that's what happens. She thinks it's a magical stairwell where when you fire cardboard down there, it just magically gets broken down and put into the recycle bin.
Yep.
And I just, the least you could do is put it in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Just we can't even use our front door because there's cardboard there. And sometimes I'll just leave it to see how far she'll throw it. And she's just like, this is your job, and you will break before I do, is her mentality.
844-770-3776. You can chime with your biggest pet peeve. It could be a work thing, personal thing, whatever it is.
Well, Matt, some of us don't have a garage to put our broken down cardboard boxes. Some of us just have to leave them in the kitchen area. Not kitchen area.
Sounds like you've got a closet.
So
for
last
that.
we left off on the home tour of the saddest house in Madison. Saddest apartment in Madison. We were at your dining room table for one. That
We're
also
at the dining room table for one, yes.
Which also has a coffee maker on it.
You could fit
How
one
many
and a
chairs
half.
are around it?
There are 4 somehow. Don't know how I fit them all around
Do you
there.
sit in every seat or do you have your own?
I have the one. I've never sat in the other 3. No one's ever sat in the other 3.
Do you sit at that table to eat, or do you sit at the couch?
70% of the time at the coffee table, 30% at the couch. I would
It's so
say.
much sadder.
Wow.
I feel like when I was
It's-
single,
yeah.
I sat at the couch
every time. Yeah, it's sadder that you're sitting at the table with a single light bulb like swinging above you.
Well,
I,
Matt-
I feel like you're just like crying into your spaghetti
There's
hungry
no
man
crying.
every night.
Matt, like I said, this is where I'm at my happiest. This is where I'm not bothered. This is where none of my pet peeves are coming up. In fact, I don't even have the light on because it would be another stimuli that I would have to deal with. I simply
and you don't have to pay for the electricity then.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saving money. Look, it's hard times for your guy, Matt. So I
Okay.
keep the light off. I keep the only light is that of the television emanating back onto me. Across now we go into the living room.
What's up? Do you have the TV on when you eat?
Usually, yeah.
What's on?
Typically the ESPN app.
Okay.
Or a game of some sort. Sports
Okay.
Center, oftentimes.
All right.
Some streaming service of lonely television shows, typically.
So you head into the living room. I'm assuming there's a sliding door with a little porch.
It's actually a very big porch.
Oh,
actually, no, it's. I'm
You ever eat
not
on
here
the-
to brag.
Wow, I've
Do
got
you eat on
deck
the
envy.
porch?
Not during the winter months, so I haven't
Yeah.
done it much recently.
But is that something that you've done a few times?
Once or twice? Not really. No.
I feel like
Too much stimulation out there.
Exactly.
Okay, I
too
was
much
gonna say, like,
stimulation.
it just makes me feel better about Ryan if he eats outside once in a while.
What does eating outside make you a better person?
No, I feel better about you, like that, like you're less alone, like you're out in the world at least eating on the porch instead of.
Well, there's really no
at
one
your
else
sad
out
boy
there when
table.
I'm out on my porch because it only looks out on the canal that surrounds the apartment building I live in.
Oh, that's
Waterfront?
Riverfront.
Wait, you live in the Monona area, right?
Monona, yes.
Yes.
I will
Okay.
not call out the name of the place I live
No,
at,
but I know what you live near, and I've always
do?
wondered what those are like.
it's really nice in the summer. Now,
bet.
the smell, oof. Talk about Fish Friday. It's a nice, very nature-filled area. There's plenty of squirrels around there. That they do keep me company from time to time. Seagulls will fly up and down. Usually when it's warm. Obviously, now during the winter months, it was very sad and even lonelier. It was the frozen river. It was a barren landscape. I could
Did you go
only
any ice skating on it or anything?
No, I don't know how to ice skate. I don't have that balance. I can only look across at the houses across the water with their full of with families and joy and laughter and heartwarming fireplaces where I'm just sitting cold and alone with my 3 television sets and my 1 couch.
Coffee table in front of the couch?
Coffee table, yeah, of course.
Okay.
I mean, what am I gonna? Who do you think I am?
Do you have a gaming
loser?
system or anything? Or
I do have a gaming system. I haven't touched it in like 6 months.
Okay.
And then there is a room off this, right? It's not a studio?
There is a
one
bedroom, yes. Yeah, it connects the porch actually to the living room.
Ooh.
It's the porch setup. Honestly, Jim, the outdoor setup is pretty nice.
It sounds great. Yeah, that part sounds great.
That part is great. Everything else is
I was waiting for him to say, and then I look in the living room and there's the hole in the floor where I keep the people.
Why do you think the closet was so full of things, Jim?
It's not all my stuff.
Yeah, none of it was my stuff.
So, is it like you don't have to get too much? Like, do you have like a bed frame or is it mattress on the floor?
I have a bed frame.
Okay.
There's not like a
headboard.
There's no headboard, but it is a bed frame. Yes.
At least there's a bed frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not on the
And
floor.
a box spring?
It's actually not a box spring. It's just a very large, like, Tempur-Pedic mattress.
Okay.
So it's a good bed.
Oh, you
I'll
got
say this.
Tempur-Pedic money back there. All right.
Yeah, my parents have Tempur-Pedic money, Jim. Took this one from college to the new place.
Well, yeah, they probably knew he was going to have to carry a radio show one day and thought
Need
his
some
back
sleep.
might be injured.
Yeah,
Give him a
clearly.
nice bed for it.
Well, thanks for bringing us down.
Yeah.
Well, you asked.
No,
Yeah.
honestly, that is the exact picture I had painted in my
So-
head. The single light bulb chandelier is just something that
I cannot tell you how many times I bonk my head on that when I try to stand up. Every single time. Every time.
Matt, side note, Daniel Landscaper says after his most recent comment, he might be divorced, so if you're looking for a roommate.
Oh, okay, Daniel. I'm okay right now. Thank you. Just extended my lease.
We might have to do some wellness checks on Ryan during the winter.
Yeah,
yeah,
no, for
no,
sure.
That's noted now. Can you remind us to check on you, Ryan?
That's not how
Yeah,
wellness checks
clearly.
work, Jim.
I remind you guys to do
We're
everything
not
else.
gonna remember. Here's the thing. I'm going to procrastinate this. So when you really feel like you need to check in,
I think that's a shot at me because he's blaming me for 2023.
No, that's not you. That's other people. That's not you guys.
All right.
That is so funny, though. That's such a good poll.
Yeah.
Good
How's that poll doing?
I deleted it actually.
come
There was all 40 votes on it. I was like, yeah, it's probably confusing since 2023 season is on there.
What was the percentage?
It was like 90% 2024 to 2027. I mean, why wouldn't it be?
10% of us are really dumb and don't read.
Or like
11, including me.
pessimists, they could have been like
Second round divisional.
No, like they're
loss.
looking at last year like that was our shot.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dennis Stoughton chimes in. Pet peeve number 1: a person who begins a task or project and walks away without finishing it.
Oh my
Dishes
gosh.
and laundry are prime examples.
I am so
Note
sorry.
to emphasize, I am not speaking about my wife or daughter. We got you,
I
Dan.
will literally start like doing the dishes and it's in front of my like back window and then I'll see like the deck's covered in leaves and then I'll get halfway through the dishes and be like, can't keep looking at these leaves, and I'll go outside and start blowing the deck at like 3/4 the way done with that. And I'll be like, well, I'm pushing all these leaves on the lawn. I should probably rake these up or blow these around.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get like 3/4 of so much things done in a day.
So I've had the conversation on this one because my wife will start like rapid firing things at me, and I'll be like, you got to give me one. Let me do the one and then another, because otherwise I'm going to stop what I'm doing and go do the other thing. So let me finish dishes, and then I will go to number 2 on the list, and I will do that. Because if you throw a bunch of things at me, I'm just going to be all over the place. You can go to Chalmers Jewelers to get out of the doghouse like Matt and I and Daniel might be in, and Dan and Stoughton, as we make basically on our complaints about our significant others right before Mother's Day. So you can stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Madison or in Middleton, whether it's an engagement ring, whether it is a get out of trouble present, whether it's Mother's Day, a push gift, anniversary, a lot of great reasons to go to Chalmers Jewelers in Madison and in Middleton. This is Rutledge Hamilton, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
Hey, it's Alex Stroh. Summer's coming quick. You better celebrate it right with my friends from Door County Distillery. Locally produced, handcrafted, and award-winning spirits made locally in Door County. Talk about classic. How about that green bottle of gin? The multiple-time award-winning single malt whiskey. And when it comes to Door County, you can't leave out the cherry-flavored vodka. Find them all at a retailer near you or check out their website with a huge list of unique cocktail recipes at DoorCountyDistillery.com. That's DoorCountyDistillery.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because our home policies help protect your dreams and come with peace of mind. Save up to 25% by bundling home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Discounts may not apply to all coverages on an auto or home policy. Discounts do not apply to life insurance policies. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating companies, American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Skilled trade workers are the backbone of every community and also the Army National Guard. Soldiers trained to keep the power flowing, engines running, and in every other trade needed to accomplish the mission. These soldiers are on the fast track to learning skills that can set them up for success at home with companies looking to hire the best. Their resumes are being built through their paid training and part-time service. Find out how you too can learn a trade profession by visiting NationalGuard.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Madison's financial challenges need a Dane County-based bank. Starion Bank is a full-service community bank that delivers quality big bank services with a local approach. We are proud to be there for any budding entrepreneur or small businesses, helping them exceed their financial goals from banking to lending to cash management. Visit a banker at one of our convenient branches in Middleton, Monona, or Sun Prairie. Starion Bank, taking you farther.
Mike Greenberg is Greeny.
If I showed you a picture of 4 different superheroes, could you identify which one is Batman?
I know that he's masked.
You couldn't just identify a picture of Batman?
Without the mask?
Without the mask. There is no Batman. He's a fictitious character. If I just showed you a picture of Superman and a picture of Batman, would you know which one was which?
Yeah, I would. But don't do it now. Let me Google it first.
Greeny, weekdays noon to 2 on 100.5 ESPN.
Hey, it's Kyle Walsh here from ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Bruston Nortman, and I gotta tell you about my favorite way to watch games, and that is with the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. A pick'em fantasy game where you win real money. It's easy to find in your app store and even easier to use. Here's how it works. Pick between 2 to 5 players from at least 2 different teams, then select higher or lower on those player stats, and if your picks hit, you can win up to 100 times your money. Yeah, it is that easy, especially with the hoop season in high gear. You know I'm watching every game with the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. So right now, go to their easy-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com to sign up using promo code KBN, and Underdog will give you a mystery special pick to use on your first pick'em entry and a deposit offer. That's Underdog Fantasy and promo code KBN to claim your new customer special of a mystery player pick and your deposit offer. Must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
We are on Wisconsin sports like never before.
Sharing the love that all of us have for volleyball with everyone else is one of my favorite things.
The new home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball, 100.5 ESPN.
Who's a good
Now
boy?
breathe in and exhale.
Who's a good boy?
You're going to treat during the break. You're
I'm
going to
gonna
treat during the
take
break.
one.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm floating in the blimble. I feel the feeling I forgot. I'm swimming weightless in the womb, or bouncing gently round the room. In a minute I'll be free.
Fish Friday continues here on Rutledge and Hamilton. You know what? I bet you Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton, it might not be a a fried fish, but I know they have great fish over there at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. So if you are looking to enjoy fish on a Friday, like we are here in Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light, you can go get some fish over at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. I can't remember the specific fish that was featured when my wife and I were there a few weeks ago on a Saturday, but I know they had a fish featured for the dinner out there. I know they have seared ahi tuna, I believe. They also have the shrimp that we got there as an appetizer were basically the size of my fingers, like giant, actually bigger than my fingers, giant shrimp over at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. So you can get that. You can go sizzle, swizzle, and swirl. Happy hour, have a date night, million great things.
Got an almond-crusted walleye.
There you go. That sounds really good. I love almond. If it's almond-crusted, I'm in. That stuff is, and again,
almond and panko.
Ooh. So if you're looking to enjoy some fish on a Friday, Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton can do that for you. He's Matt Hamilton. I am Jim Rutledge. We have pole dancing coming up next. Our poll question is ruined, Matt Hamilton, so I don't even know how to really ruined to get into it here. But David Deerfield chimed in and said that Ryan needs his own comedy hour.
Oh, thanks, Dave. Sad comedy hour.
Well, I mean, this would be one of the situations where they're not laughing with you.
Oh, you mean like every day on this show?
No. A lot of times we laugh with you.
No.
That story time was laughing at you.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, wow. That only helped me feel less lonely. I appreciate this, guys.
Have you considered? So you said you have a plant?
I do have a plant I just bought. I'm actually not planning on keeping this plant. It was supposed to be a Mother's Day gift. I'm hoping it lasts until Mother's Day.
Water it.
I did.
Till Mother's Day, it's Sunday.
Look, it's been a tough young life for this tomato basil plant.
Wait.
What?
What? A tomato basil plant?
That's what it was labeled as. I think.
No. It's either a tomato plant or a basil plant.
Well, I mean, sometimes, I don't know, science, crossbreeding, it's a thing. Gene splicing. You don't know what they do at the Madison Farmers Market these days. You got a lot of stuff.
Tomato and basil plants are popular companion planting.
Yeah, tomato plants and basil plants are companion plants.
I think part of the problem with you trying to keep it alive is that you have two plants and you're treating it as one.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I was sold magic beans, too. I don't know.
Because here's the thing. It does say basil is great for protecting against pests. And so and
they taste great together.
So I'm guessing that those are, I think it's not a hybrid. I think there are two plants in there. That's my expert opinion.
That could very well be.
I have a tomato basil plant. Oh, yeah? Well, I have a cucumber apple tree.
Wow. What would be more impressive?
The cucumber apple tree.
Yeah, that would be quite the thing. That would be quite the invention.
Cucumber apple actually sounds, I'd try it.
No, they just grow two things
together.
Yeah.
But would you try a cucumber apple?
Yes.
All right.
Cucumber's a wonderful flavor.
And let's see here. Tier 1 Tyler chimes in. My biggest pet peeve is when Jesse Nelson says, I'll probably be able to do that, and then bails the day before.
I know that guy. Every group's got a guy like that who is in for everything until the moment it arrives, and then it's like, oh, yeah, I never told anyone else in my life about this potential plan I have. I can't make it. It's classic.
Absolutely. I don't know if David Deerfield's taking a shot at me or you. Ryan, you can read that one. I don't really understand. I don't get it. But one of us, that's fine, Dave. We're okay with getting shots there. But
Dave really wants me to have my own comedy hour. Once again, yes. Sad comedy hour.
Yeah.
But his biggest pet peeve is when ESPN radio personalities start a comment with, here's the thing, like they write about what they're going to say and educate their listeners.
And Ryan needs his own comedy hour. So which one of us says, here's the thing? Is that you?
Oh, yeah.
I guess.
I think that's me.
Okay.
I think everyone says that.
Here's the deal.
This is what I think.
Like me is what the deal is.
People like me.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton. We're going to go pole dancing next.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Need more of Judgmental Jim? Subscribe to the Rutledge and Hamilton podcast, presented by Revive Restoration, wherever you get your podcasts.
Jeff Levering and wife Ashley love their patio door from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It's so bright, it's so clear. I can see the kids outside playing, and it makes it comfortable for the life we live.
I love the roll screen. The fact that the screen is on the inside and no drafts, it's a game changer.
Right now, get 0% interest-free financing for up to 60 months when you order by May 10th. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 5/10/2024.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Metro Ford of Madison is Madison's trusted Ford dealership. Whether you're in the market for a new or new-to-you vehicle, Metro Ford of Madison has the customer service that's second to none. Metro Ford is also the home of the 2 years no-charge maintenance offer on new vehicle purchases, making it the place to go for the new Ford of your dreams. Browse their inventory, schedule a service, or see this month's offers at MetroFordofMadison.com. That's MetroFordofMadison.com.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bar of the Week. Listen to Rutledge and Hamilton every Thursday, and we will let you know where you can enjoy $2 Miller High Lifes. To celebrate our love for dive bars, me and Matt are going to tell you about some of our favorites, featuring one extra special dive bar that will have $2 High Lifes on special for the week. Taste the champagne of beer in its natural environment. A delightfully different dive bar in Wisconsin, like the Dam Bar and Grill, Antlers Pub, Whatever Bar, and the Keg in DeForest.
Hey everyone, Molly Brown from ESPN Madison here. For the best Southwestern food in the Madison area, it's always Pasquale's Cantina for me and my family. Whether I'm enjoying my favorite taco salad, their awesome chips and guac, or one of their famous burritos, Pasquale's is the best for authentic Southwestern fare. Visit one of their locations in Verona or Middleton today, or check out their menu and order online at PasqualesCantina.com.
Bringing the flavors of the Southwest to the Midwest. Pasquale's Cantina.
With Mother's Day around the corner, it's important to ask yourself the following question. Do you have marketing only a mother could love? It is estimated that 1 out of every 1 mother loves their own child's marketing. If you think you might be afflicted with this condition, connect with Backflip to make something awesome. Our award-winning commercials, videos, and websites are sweet enough to make every mother proud, not just your own. Check us out today at letsbackflip.com. That's letsbackflip.com.
You're listening to Rutledge and Hamilton on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison.
When I see the connection, though I see, I don't stare. Though I see, I don't stare. When I'm lost in my reflection.
Dan Snowden chimes in with pet peeve number 2, beer snobs. I don't give a rip if you want to enjoy paying $20 for a 6-pack of some obscure microbrew, but let me just drink my Coors Light without you turning your nose up at me. At least my beer is refreshing.
That's a good one. So he's got some pet peeves.
He's got multiple pet peeves. I think I'm in the minority on that one. There's a book that I read to the kids, and it was my pet peeve, and like the kids looking for their pet peeve because they'd be like, "This is my pet peeve," and they'd be like, "Kids, kids are dumb. Where's pet peeve? Like your pet peeve." And it's like a whole thing. Anyways, it's not a bad book, but it just bothered me a little bit. But I think I'm in the minority on that one as far as peeve should be singular. 844-770-3776. You can continue to chime in with your pet peeves. Let's go pole dancing.
We asked and you answered.
What?
Coming to the stage, it's pole dancing on Rutledge and Hamilton.
Hey now.
Presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Yeah, guys, it's been quite the Fish Friday today, and we already know that when it's Friday, we go pole dancing here on Rutledge and Hamilton. And, guys, there's an easy one to start with this week. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy asked yesterday, because they were talking about wide receivers, just like we were at the end of hour one. They wanted to know, is this a make-or-break season for Christian Watson? 84% of respondents saying, yes, this is it. 16% saying, no, still time. Matt, what do you think? Does next year, is that the end-all, be-all year for Christian Watson on the Packers?
Yes. Yes, I do think it is an end-all, be-all year. Like, I don't think he can go out and have another season like this one. Now, can he make a good step forward and be more available, a little bit more consistent, but still not like elite or where we thought he was going to be after his first season? Sure. But I definitely think that he's going to have to show some serious improvement if he wants to stick around in Green Bay.
Jim?
Absolutely. He is 24. He'll turn 25 during the season, and he's entering his third year. Obviously, they're going to let him play out his deal. I would honestly be surprised if he's picked or like renewed or whatever it is after his contract. Maybe there's an A.J. Dillon type deal for him after his contract expires, but he'll play out. They're not going to cut him or anything. He'll be here for the life of his first contract.
They might try to trade him for like a low round pick, honestly.
Could be.
Going into his fourth year?
Depends on how it goes. So he's going into year 3 right now. But for his career, he has played in 23 games. He's caught 69 passes for 1,033 yards and 12 touchdowns. And 15 yards per catch. He screams, and I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing. Like, yeah, it's not what you really want out of a second-round pick, but if he's just MVS, like MVS was for the Chiefs, I think most Packer fans would be happy with the year that he put up. So, for example, if he does, we'll go off a full season here. Let's go 42 catches, 700 yards. MVS didn't have a lot of TDs. Let's go 6 touchdowns. You good with that for Christian Watson?
I'd feel okay. I would definitely feel better than, him just not playing. Because if he gets those numbers, he's probably playing at least 75% of games.
Be career highs and everything for him.
Yeah, for sure. Because
except
that's the
touchdowns.
Thing. Let me ask you guys this then. If he only ends up playing like 8 games again, but he puts up like good stats in those 8 games, but how do you feel about him then? Like, is he still like, you still feel good about him going to year 4?
Availability is the best ability. So if he can only stay on the field for half the games of the season, I'm still not loving it.
Right, because if he has an awesome, let's say he puts up big time numbers, but like he played like 4 like per game numbers, but like let's say he plays 11 games or 13 games, still not loving it based off his prior injury history.
Yeah, that's a tough one for our guy. And I will also say, Jim, we got a good news for one of your favorite guys, Tyler Wall, apparently working out for an NBA team today. Guess who?
Bulls?
Not the Chicago Bulls. Go a little north, up I-94.
He's with the Milwaukee Bucks. That makes sense.
He's working out for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Because I saw on Karmel World Health's social media, they posted that Tyler, I think, did the IV with them and did some posted it on their social media. So he is part of the Carbon World Health athlete team, and he did some recovery after his workout today.
All right, well, maybe he's finally figuring it out in his post-Wisconsin career. All right, guys, but let's ask about a question from another Badger this week, Brad Nortman on KBN. This came on Monday. A poll from the brain of Brad Nortman. If you as a Packers fan could be guaranteed a sweep of one divisional opponent this year, which team would it be? Chicago Bears, Detroit Lions, Minnesota Vikings. 49% of respondents taking the Bears, 32% taking the Lions, 19% taking the Vikings. Actually, 730 results on this poll. Jim, you're the Bears fan here. What do you think Packers fans would want the most?
Probably Lions. What do you think? I'm going to put this back on you.
A divisional sweep of the Lions would mean they easily win the division. The Packers would.
Right. Now, I know it's the Bears, which, again, don't try to tell me this isn't a rivalry because the pick was the Bears. But the one that would make the most sense if you weren't caught in your feelings about the rivalry would
should be the
Detroit.
Lions, yes.
Yeah. But
Matt, what about
it's a rivalry, and Packer fans are in their feelings about
Matt,
the Bears.
what do you feel?
It's less about me being in my feelings about the Bears,
Sure,
and
Dan.
it's more about me being in my feelings about the way Bear fans are talking about how their season's gonna go. I realize that to give the Packers the best chance to get, maybe the 1 seed or win the division and get a cushier playoff run would be to sweep the Lions. I wouldn't mind shutting Bear fans up, though, with a sweep
nice.
of the Bears. So I did vote in this poll. I
Oh.
voted Bears. I was like, I just can't handle Jim. I can't handle Jim if the Bears beat the Packers and all this year. Give me one more season of Packers dominance. Make Matt LaFleur 12-0. I can't stand it. I'll take a split with the Lions if it means we're gonna sweep the Bears.
Felt like Green Bay to me.
All right, Matt. Well, next question. We're talking about some Wisconsin athletes every day here on Rutledge and Hamilton. And on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy 2 days ago, they asked which Wisconsin athlete is more likable, Giannis Antetokounmpo or Brewers shortstop Willie Adames. 80% of fans saying Giannis Antetokounmpo, 20% taking Willie Adames. I believe this was the day after he had a walk-off home run against the Royals, so I think that was part of it there. But Willie, easily the most exuberant player on the team, maybe playing the best of any Brewer right now, him and William Contreras. So, I mean, it's a clean sweep for sure, but what would you think, Matt? Do you think there's any justification to this poll?
I think the reasoning for it is Giannis, being the star of the team, is the one who gets all the interviews. He's just in a higher profile position, right? Like, he gets all these post-game interviews. He's the funny, happy-go-lucky big Greek kid that goes up on stage and gives us little, dad jokes and knock-knock jokes and stuff. So I just think he's definitely the one that is more likable right
Easily?
now. Yeah, I don't think it's even close.
How much have you ever heard Willie Adames speak?
That's exactly why it's Giannis, is because he gets more airtime than Willie Adames.
If you watch Brewers games, maybe you'd hear Willie Adames speak.
Maybe I would see a couple more, but here's the thing: is I don't watch a ton of Bucks games.
Fair.
Right? And
Yeah.
I still Giannis content always coming out.
Jim?
Yeah, I mean, I would go Giannis. Willie would be my favorite. I would probably go Contreras as my favorite Brewer.
Is it just because he's brothers with Wilson?
Only in that sense that I loved watching Wilson play for the Cubs, and I love watching his brother play for the Brewers because
He's been pretty awesome.
They bring energy and passion, and if they're on your team, it can be a bit much if they're not on your team. But if they're
You're
on
saying
your
that
team,
Contreras is.
yeah, in general. And so I like Contreras is my favorite Brewer to watch. I mean, he annoys the hell out of me when they play the Cubs, but otherwise, I don't really care if the Brewers win or lose.
Can
so
I ask you
like
this?
Contreras.
Jim, as a Cubs fan, I don't think I've ever asked you this. How do you feel about Wilson Contreras with the Cardinals now? Is it tough?
I mean, yes, I think he just broke his
He
forearm.
did, yeah.
Yeah, it was nasty. Yeah, now I hate him because he's also on the team that I hate. Again, I won't speak for all Cubs fans, but I feel pretty confident in saying that, especially if you're a Chicago-based Cubs fan, the Cardinals are the team you hate.
Yes.
And for me, the Cardinals are the team I hate. The Brewers, when the Brewers play the Cubs and they're both competing to be at the top of the division to make the playoffs, then I get, I want the Cubs to win. But otherwise, the rest of the year, I enjoy watching Contreras play baseball. He's a good player and he plays with a lot of passion.
All right, guys, final one I got for you. Kyle Bruston Nortman 3 days ago. And this is only a poll question that could originate out of that crew with Ben Brust, Alex Strofe. They want to know today's poll based off ESPN Kyle Wallace's plumbing debacle. Have you ever flushed paper towel down the toilet? 46% of respondents saying yes, 54% saying no. Jim, have you ever flushed toilet paper down your own toilet?
Toilet paper, yes. But you asked paper towel, you mean?
Paper towel, excuse me, yes. I would hope you flush your toilet paper.
No.
Please.
I mean, I've flushed my toilet paper. I have not flushed paper towel. I've not had that. I've had to. I forgot what, yeah, you don't want to flush anything that, the toilet, it's not some magical, mythical
Trash
world everything
can.
just disappears into. It has to go through the pipes through your house. And I can't imagine a lot of things worse than, having plumbing issues, especially, if they were, upstairs, and then you gotta. Yeah, it's not
downstairs
great.
neighbor or something like that.
Well, I'm at my own house.
Oh, in a house too.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
then
My
you gotta-
downstairs neighbor
Oh, yeah.
sleep 'em, I don't care. But if I lived in an apartment, yeah, I'm flushing everything. I don't care. Fix it, landlord. But for me, when I'm the landlord, yeah, let's be careful here.
All right, Matt, what about you? You ever flushed paper towel?
No, I have not.
Have you ever flushed anything other than toilet paper? Like a flushable wipe. They're called flushable wipes in air quotes because they're not actually flushable.
I think I was. Pops put the fear of God in me when I was a kid. It was like, this is not a toy that you just flush anything in. Dad gave me the landlord treatment real early, saying that this is not for anything but toilet paper and number 2.
Good dad right there.
Yeah.
So David Deerfield has pointed out that you have said, Ryan, here's the thing, and then both Matt and Ryan have said, here's the thing during pole dance, and Chris Canty says, here's the thing on Unsportsmanlike. So apparently it is a sports person.
I think that's not a sports person thing. That's every human person says, here's the thing. I'm sorry, Dave, but like that is like such a common phrase. Everybody preambles what they're about to say with that.
Dana Stoughton chimes in, final pet peeve. Jimothy, who has no pet peeves, have a great weekend. And then also Ryan, our psychedelic advisor, chimed in. Did he chime in twice or once? I thought he was in earlier too, but he said that Packer fans sound a wee bit nervous.
Oh, gosh.
Robin Madison with another great use for the toilet as well.
Yeah, that's one way you could do it if you need to flush marijuana down the potty. I guess you could do that. You see that in the movies all the time.
Yeah. Cops breaking down the door.
Yeah, you gotta flush what you shouldn't have. I guess I would flush what I shouldn't have in that case.
Yeah.
If I had it, because I'd rather clog my toilet than go to prison.
I could totally see Robin Madison as a character in Goodfellas, just being like, "They're at the door, Karen, flush it."
So Ryan, you'll find this a little gross. The Olympic Village in Beijing.
Oh no.
And apparently this is the thing in China, is they just provide you a little trash can, and you're supposed to just flush what comes out of you, and then put your paper in the trash can.
That is a thing internationally, I know, because I went to the Dominican Republic in high school, and they, like, some countries' pipes, like the toilet pipes, can't really handle any toilet paper.
Well, here's the thing. When you're in an international event like the Olympics, and you've got 85% of the countries that are used to flushing it, yeah, there are some issues. They had workers outside of the buildings doing very disgusting work. So, yeah, it is a thing to not flush toilet paper either. Believe it or not.
The more you know.
Let me tell you about Ruth's Chris. No.
Yeah, no.
No. Bucks and 6.
No, go be a winner. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Look, you can win enough money to hire a plumber if you are trying to flush things. You shouldn't be flushing down the toilet. Over $1 million won basically every weekend this year at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Go be a winner and go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. This is Rutledge and Hamilton. We'll wrap it up next.
This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Watch every show live and for free on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
The second annual ESPN Madison Open, presented by Coors Light, is coming soon, and you can swing into the fun. Molly Brown here. Join us on Monday, August 5th at Bishops Bay Country Club and help raise money for the Miracle League of Dane County. Purchase a whole sponsorship, and you'll help provide adaptive equipment, uniforms, and a safe, inclusive environment where every child can thrive. Interested? Email ESPN Madison Sales at goodkarmabrands.com. Sponsor a hole, donate, and make dreams come true with the Miracle League of Dane County, because every child deserves the chance to play ball.
With Mother's Day around the corner, it's important to ask yourself the following question. Do you have marketing only a mother could love? It is estimated that 1 out of every 1 mother loves their own child's marketing. If you think you might be afflicted with this condition, connect with Backflip to make something awesome. Our award-winning commercials, videos, and websites are sweet enough to make every mother proud, not just your own. Check us out today at letsbackflip.com. That's letsbackflip.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owns. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly opened Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
Dog, I can't remember a game that was this good.
Yeah, you know what else would be great right now? Some food from the Great Dane.
I know, but we can't go right now.
Good news! The Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company is available on DoorDash and Uber Eats. Stay in the game with the full menu delivered from the Great Dane closest to you. Downtown, Hilldale, Fitchburg, or East Madison. Order today with DoorDash and Uber Eats or on thegreatdanepub.com. Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's original brew pub since 1994.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
There's a good chance if you watch sports, you're getting served information about hormone optimization. What does that even mean? Dr. Ness Rodriguez at Karmel World Health can tell you exactly what hormone optimization means. He will take your blood work and let you know if it's right for you. If you're feeling sluggish, not losing weight like you used to, you're not gaining muscle like you used to, or you just don't feel like yourself in most aspects of your life, go see Dr. Ness Rodriguez at Karmel World Health. In fact, sign up for the 6-week experience so you can see everything that Karmel World Health has to offer, including hormone optimization. Learn more at CarmelWorldHealth.com.
Hey, Drew Scott here, and I'm Jonathan Scott, reminding you that life's better with a home policy from American Family Insurance. They can help you get just the right protection at just the right price and help you save when you bundle home and auto. Kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It'll be just right for you. We love a custom build. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Welcome back to Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
They dance above me as I sing. I see them through a crystal haze.
Thanks. So let me finish dishes. Thanks. So let me finish dishes.
The crystal haze.
Thanks. So let me finish dishes. What is this?
What are you finishing there, Jim?
Dishes. Thanks. So let me finish.
I'm just going to let you finish, all right? I don't want to get in your way, all right? I know that's your pet peeve, not letting somebody not letting you finish. I'm trying to let you finish.
Am I high? Thanks. So let me finish.
You finished? Because here's the thing, Jim.
Thanks. So let me finish dishes. Seriously. Nice, Are we going to contact I from listening to Fish?
Well done, Ryan. I mean,
thank you.
No.
What did she just do there?
Felt like I wanted to see if my heart was racing any more than normal.
Checking the pulse on your neck there?
Yeah, I'm just checking for that contact high, you know?
Freaking me out, man.
Heart might be pumping a little faster than usual.
Cops are coming. Flush it. Flush it.
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
Here's the deal. I'm the best that ever lived. This is Rutledge and Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. If Mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's Crush, a Coors Light.
We are live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Shout out to Mike Budenholzer. Booty. Got the booty. Matt Hamilton.
Booty got the boot from the Bucks and got the booty from the Suns.
5 years, $50 million plus deal. So, wow. He becomes the new coach of the Suns. Also, Arizona native. So,
that fits.
Good for him.
Yeah.
$50 million guaranteed to live in Arizona.
It's not bad, but you got to live there in the summer.
Okay, but like he had to live here in the winter.
I don't know if I could do it down there in the summer, man.
It depends on where you live.
I personally would rather be cold than too hot.
But forget the cold and hot. It's sun's out. Like
the
you don't live in death.
Out, but it's like 120
Jim,
degrees.
Have you ever been in Phoenix in August?
Yeah,
it's like 110.
I have
it's
not.
brutal.
I was in Oklahoma in August. So it was like 105, 106.
I mean,
it was hot.
Yeah,
living in that every day.
Now go
be...
farther south and live in a valley.
Okay, but like we literally live in the living embodiment of death. Like for like 4 months out of the year.
There's a desert out there called Death Valley.
Like
I know.
The 3-4 months of summer in Wisconsin might be some of the greatest like climate in the country.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Summertime in Wisconsin is amazing,
and fall. Fall.
I mean,
September, October.
Plus, also I like seasons. I just like the transition through your
long walks in the park.
Your year? No, it's just like in Arizona you got hot summer and then slightly cooler summer.
Well,
and those are your 2 seasons.
I lived in Florida. The only thing I missed was fall. I missed fall. Winter can pound sand. And I lived in South Florida. It's hot down there. Trust me. I mean, it's not. It's humid. It's like a sweaty hot.
Right, and I don't like that.
I was down, but also winter down there, amazing, because then it's like 75.
True. Like, I understand the pros to it. I don't know.
When is hurricane season in Florida?
I thought hurricane season was over.
I was asking a legitimate question.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't get an opportunity to use that line from Pineapple Express very often.
That's from Pineapple Express?
Yeah. James Franco line.
I think he's taking it from something else, though.
Yeah, he's quoting the TV.
Yes, which is like the Jeffersons, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
What? Huh? Jeffersons?
It's a show.
Oh. He
It's
played
the
for
one,
the Cavs,
the Nelly
right?
song, like the fish don't fry in the kitchen, peas don't. I can't remember. This is Rutledge Hamilton, presented by Coors Light. Enjoy your weekend.
See ya.
Bikers need protection.